Okay, we are live. Hello, everyone. Welcome to some Nebulous Fleet Command. We're setting up for a casted game between two players right now. It's supposed to be 6K 1v1. I'm joined by local hole digging enthusiast and main menu enjoyer Rorston VT. You can see him on the screen now.
Hello, how's it going, everyone? Happy to be here.
So the plan is that we're going to get progressively stupider as the night goes on, and I'm just trying to figure out who's hosting this event. I thought I was the one who's going to be hosting, but just waiting for DMs to come back. So we're going to see a 1v1 first, and then go from there. Nebulous Fleet Command stuff happening and whatnot. So yeah, gonna be us trying to do our best to cast games. I've casted games before, and it's been enjoyably mediocre, so the two of us bouncing off each other should be incredibly silly. Just waiting for them to, I think, finalize and finish up. Shoot them some more messages and bug them.
Yeah, I'll send them some messages and see if I can get them to join too.
Yeah. You might have to pop in. I think they're on the Nebulous main server. We might have to ask them there.
Here, I can quickly pop in and pop out.
Yeah, I've got the lobby up, and I sent you the password. So,
all right, sounds good. Oh,
Anyways,
never mind. The channel is full, so I will not be popping.
Of course it is.
Okie dokie.
I got a message back, so they should be along shortly, and then we'll just get some enjoyable stuff there. So yeah, playing on a new map called Gold Rush. Rory wants to join me in the caster's box here. Yep.
Yeah, there we go.
So,
I've never seen this map before. So
I have not either, so we're going to see how it is.
It's a Cal map. Nice, okay.
Ooh, all right. They make some good stuff. I believe, were they the
the
person who
bottom
made
squares.
Arroya and I think Halberts? I'm going to say that's right.
I'm honestly not sure. I'm not gonna lie to you.
There's like there's quite a few Neb maps that have come out of the community. It's very nice to see. Some of them are kind of older and abandoned, like they don't have the vertical or horizontal line indicator, which is a big F. But let's see, where's it? Presidio, Giant Coral, Burning Lance. No. Where's all the new stuffs? Most recent. I think that would be Gold Rush. So yeah, Gold Rush is the map. It's made by Cal, who I think did the other ones here. Let's see if I can find it. Ruby Shelf was Killer Bananas map. It's quite fun. Got Blood Moon as well. Ooh, that's a nice one. Yeah, he made Tombstones and Haldit's Bluff. Yeah, so same guy. So nice to see more map making stuff. Anyways, we're going to be doing a 6K 1v1 here. Me and Rory are going to do our best to cast the game, but we are going to be incredibly silly about this. We are not professional casters in any sense of the imagination, but that just makes it more fun. So
Yeah, it sure does. So I already scouted out what each side is going to do. Praying that neither side is in the Twitch stream. Just going to double check that. I doubt they would do that though.
Let's not spoil it. Let's wait until we get into the game so we can get completely blindsided by these.
Okay, because I was going to say, I can tell by the amount of asterisks which fleets that I see is running. So
this man does psyops. It is bullshit. I've had to change my fleet names because he's been like, oh, I know exactly which comp you're running. It's got 6 asterisks. I'm like, damn it, I need to change this up. Dress my naming conventions.
I think the best one is I saw one shuttle, and I was like, oh, I know exactly his entire fleet.
You saw one shuttle or a Corvette named Cappuccino, and you had my entire fucking zip code memorized.
There's a rocket shuttle on the way to your mailbox. God, that one game where we had the rocket shuttle versus your size 2 sprinter, and we were just sitting there going like, why can't we hit each other?
Yeah. It wasn't even size 2s. I had torpedoes, and neither of us could hit. You hit me with rockets, I hit you with size 1s, and then we just both limped away from there saying, well, we're never gonna live through this one.
Yeah, I was like, we're not living that down. All right, they're both in the fleet editor still, I assume, finalizing designs. I'm quite excited to see how it's going to work.
I mean,
So,
I'm presuming they've got most of this built up. I think that they were doing a like sort of pre-stream build, and they had some initial ideas saying, hey, here's like, so you don't get completely hard countered. Here's like some ideas I've got.
Yeah, so the rules for those of you in chat essentially is they both build until about 5.2k points. They will show each other the fleets. This is to prevent skew and any hard counter in of each other's fleets. And then they finalize the last 800 points. So I know going into the 5.2k, Spicy was at a disadvantage, so let's see if he can bring it back with the last 800 points of his fleet build.
Now, it is also, of course, the classic case of Nebulobby Fleet Command, so we're just going to be chilling here waiting for people to finish the editing.
Yeah, hopefully my audience shows up because they love main menus.
Oh
Right,
yeah,
Cruiser?
I mean, this is basically just main menu. We've got our little soundtrack. We've got some of the like background ambience you can vaguely see. That's the content you come here for. sitting in the lobby, waiting for everyone to ready up, and then harping on the one guy who's always left in the editor.
Oh yeah, for the record, I'm taking my bet now. Meanie's out of the editor first.
Oh yeah, 100%. Also, ready up so we can just get another entry.
Oh yes, that is true. There we go. We need another entry into the evidence folder.
Yes, the folder. I think that settings should be fine. We've got it set to control, no time limit, so it's just going to be whoever gets to 1,000 points. 1,000 victory points should be fine. I don't know, maybe I should bump it down. I've not played the map before, so I don't really know what it looks like or how it plays out. All I can tell you is that there's a bunch of brown rocks and looks like some golden nuggets and stuff. So, yeah, little crystalline entities.
Oh god, I'm having Stellaris flashbacks to the crystalline entities.
Yep, good old crystalline hull plating. Just max out your hull armor and then forget everything else. Doc over here is asking, what's the best weapons for spaceships? Whatever Rory's not using.
That's true. I am exclusively known for using off-meta tactics.
Oh, Sped's out of the editor. Will he go back in? Let's find out.
Oh shit.
Let's think it. He's ready.
Go.
All right.
Oh, whoops. I know they told me that they usually do tug of war for
All
this.
right,
Oh,
we want tug of war? Okay,
ready.
fine. We'll go with tug of war then. Fine. Jokes on them, I'm doing capture the flag. I think tug of war is an interesting mode because it's no longer about, say, like you've got a 5-point map where you have the 2 naturals per side. It's no longer just decided by, who captures the natural points first and then who can, like, keep the A-point neutral, A-point referring to the Nix's Eye or Pillar's A-point, where it's notoriously a bloodbath and suicide for any ship that goes in there unless they're named Greg.
Yep, Greg has somehow always managed to make it out of the A-capper, but... There you go. Meanie just agreed with me for tug of war, so I assume that means...
At least he's got his head out of the sand there, so we'll see how things shape up here.
Meanie will still find a way to ready up before Spadicy does, though, and we appreciate that.
Yep.
But yes, so, Cruiser, for this game, I'm what's known as a gun frigate enjoyer, which used to be meta before I started playing, apparently, but I've only used them since they've fallen out of the meta, because I enjoy having little guys sprint over to the enemy situational awareness ships and take them out.
I'll turn you up ever so slightly on my end, so that way you come through a little bit cleaner. Don't want you to be drowned out by things.
Okay, thank you, I appreciate it.
I need to
Hold on, give me
work on my
voice
audio
priority, watch
mixing
this.
a little bit, but...
I'm actually drowned out by the chanting of the game. I do love the main menu music in this game, though.
The music is nice. Like, after a certain time, you've heard it so many times, you just kind of tune it out, but it is nice to have that, like, distinct soundtrack. Remember one of the devlogs they commented, it's like, yep, when you load up the game, you hear that soundtrack, you immediately get the kind of, like, mysterious, like, space vibe of the game. It's really nice. I think that goes to show, like, the soundtrack can play a really big difference in a game about just the kind of atmosphere and vibe and feeling you get for it. And when it's done poorly, it really sticks out, even though it's kind of one of the harder things to put your finger on.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree with that. Also, just an observation here, Spadicy has readied up first.
Wow.
Yeah,
We truly are living in the parallel dimension, aren't we?
Yeah, this is groundbreaking progress for him. As a chronic non-readier, he's a recovering non-readier, I should say.
He's a orb pondering enthusiast in the fleet editor.
Yes.
And so full disclosure for anyone wondering, we're all friends with these people. We've hung out with them, played a whole bunch of matches, so any harping on you here is in good spirit. All right. Let's see.
Until he watches the
go.
VOD back and then I get yelled at. But...
Oh, that's going to happen no matter what. All right, let's do this. So we're going to start the match. So we're going to be in spectator slot, which means we'll be able to see everyone deploying in. And that's going to lead to us having to do all of our, tongue-in-cheek, funny commentary. But the players in question will not see what we see. So it's going to be quite hilarious watching two of them just blindly walk into each other. Because it's going to happen.
Absolutely.
Also remember, normally a Nebulous Fleet Command game is played with a 3,000 point limit per ship. So in this case, each player is controlling basically double their original, normal count of ships. So we're going to see just how much they're able to micro. This is an interesting looking map. So,
apparently there's a time. There's a timer on my side.
That's weird. That shouldn't happen. I don't know why that's there. Okay.
Technically, as spectators, we count as ready. So if half of the team is ready, then
that
would mean it's
interesting. Okay. Speed run.
Yeah, so we can see Meanie under HRE
that's an
tag here.
interesting bug. Huh.
Yeah,
Well,
so for those in chat, Spidicey's on the right-hand side under the CSF tag, and Meanie is the blue team side under the HRE tag. Here we go.
Yeah. In this case, we're seeing on deployment here the CSF Yavara. Good old Axford here with 454 mounts. It looks like some size 3s on the backpack. Not sure if they're hybrid or torpedo yet. See a chaff box as well. Tell you what, I'll go through Spidicey's fleet, and then you can take Meanie. Sound fun?
Sure, sounds good.
All right, so let's take a look. So the capital ship in command here, big old Axford, like we said. Let's check that backpack, see what it's got. We've got some torpedoes on there, so nice little close quarters weapon system. We've got ourselves a 250 CL with another backpack. Let's check what this thing has here. A bunch more torps, very nice. We've got a Corvette or so here. Looks like just usual kind of gun on the nose torpedo package. Seeing another one. This one has a VLS-2 instead, so going for longer range missiles. Got a classical beam destroyer here set up. Very stripped down. No point defense on this. Ooh, risky. Just going for the minimum investment. These things have got to be only like 500 points. Dirt cheap. Got another beam destroyer here. 4 beam destroyers in total, showing the Alliance map. Ooh, actually, this one is rails. That's a nice little change of pace. Does this have track correlators? It is not, so just a rail enthusiast here. And then lastly, we've got a little Pinard scout ship. So that will be the deployment from Spidicey's side. And if you want to go ahead and go through the fleet on Meanies, start with...
Oh, he did go... Yeah, sorry, he did go with my idea for the Spyglass Rail Stone. That was counter against E-Wins. Unfortunately, I'm looking at Meanie's side right now, and I'm not seeing any E-Wins.
Yeah, so this is going to be an AVA, so we are seeing Alliance triple Axford here by the looks of it. That is a death ball and a half right there. Like, that is just a ton of metal to clear through. I'm not sure if these walk into beam range, that'll be trouble, but...
Yeah, so Meanie, his main portion of his fleet is the Mandate of Heaven, the Act of Providence, and the Divine Intervention. These all appear to be 450 Axfords, which Spidicey was not ready for, considering his fleet layout of trying to take on a lot of Meanie's usual small antics. So, the lack of E-Wins and the presence of multiple heavies, it's not looking good for Spidicey. Meanie, of course, has his cap assets. I believe those are Hessing classes, if I'm not mistaken. That's the Silitian, the Gamma Rho, and then the Gamma Mu, and yeah, he's also doing a weird naming system. He doesn't normally name his stuff like this. He has 2 SA frigates, same as Spidicey.
Yep. So just little cute spyglass equipped frigates here, designed so that they can detect enemies from afar with the adaptive radar modules there. We're seeing just a couple of these shuttles here. Let's see. One of them does have a missile package, the size 2s on the belly there. The other ones appear to just be guns. Yeah, just double Mark 62 on one of them, and double Mark 62 on the other. Got the chaff box on one wing, the gun on the other. E-Wings, as we refer to them, typically a pair of Corvettes you'll see sent off to skirmish, although in this case, because there's less OSP assets in the field, specifically none, there's going to be a little bit of a different kind of throwback here to the old Alliance versus Alliance days. So we're seeing now, taking a look at the battle space, we've got the points going into the respective teams. You're seeing the D and E point going towards Spidicey, and Meanie moving his towards the C and B points. Nobody going for the A point right now, expecting it to remain neutral for the little bit here, as we're seeing them instead gravitating towards the outside. So I guess we're going to see a case...
if you go into the Typhon, the Typhon's about to catch out the Ultrama.
Ooh, that is true. So this might be the first catch of the day as a little Corvette that tries to go after this little scouting frigate here. Let's check the distances here. That's getting close to the 8-kilometer distance. Oh, we have our first programming here. Does this thing have a... Yeah, it's just got a frontline radar, so they probably just got into range here. Ooh, actually seeing... Here we go. Yeah, the Gamma Rho going to be eating a... What's that? An ACT-SAW missile, so jamming resistance.
Oh, those are screes, yeah.
Yep. Seeing it seduced after the chaff there, unfortunately. Chaff being a very good tool to counter off some of the, very common ACT missiles. Seeing another one coming out here, kind of banked off to the side. Is it good on target? It will stage and whiff onto the chaff cloud. Chaff has a much bigger radar return than the Corvette does, so...
That is a wake missile being fired back at the Typhon. Let's see if Spidicey can identify that in time. He's firing chaff, but that is a wake missile. Entirely
possible that this does get shot down if the defender is in arc. It is going at the spaceship fart trail. Let's see if it loops around. Oop, there's a missile deployed, does not hit, and wake right into the main engine gone. That is going to see the sprinter crippled.
Yep. Now, Spidicey retaliates with a Screamer's command missile. But honestly, with how crippled he got on that last one, I'm not sure if it's going to make it.
It's
going after the
stages
chaff.
into the rock there. Goes after the chaff, unfortunately. Set to accept unvalidated targets there. But still, the Gamma Row trading pretty well here, all things considered. Normally, you'll see missiles cripple ships like this with just the gun. But in this case, good use of chaff and then the defender to try and shoot down anything that gets a little too close to torpedoes. That said, another corvette has decided to join the fray, going after its contemporary here. We see only a Mark 61. However, this does have torpedoes. So while it might not win the gunfight, it can certainly win the bombing run if it is given a angle to shoot at. We're seeing in the sort of
did just
E-War
take a
sphere
heavy
here
hit from the Skrivo.
Ooh, did they? All right, good to see. Let's check on the Gamma Row. Gamma Row looks fine. Xenobite looks fine. And then was it the Typhon? Typhon still looks okay. One of those screens just kind of going off into the abyss. So yeah, looks like a bit of a neutral trade out there. So a little bit of damage suffered. Spadicy taking the worst of it, losing that Corvette main engine. Does not have any restores, instead just relying on the rapid team. So that main engine means he's going to have to play accordingly, adjusting the heading of his ship, because the main engine just does not work at this point. So it's going to be incredibly slow, the common direction you'd want to be pointing the Corvette. That's at the Gamma Row. It did take a little bit of chip damage here. CIC has been knocked down to 75%. The thruster is probably set to flying speed, so it's cooked itself a little bit. So just the initial trade out there. As I was saying, in the E-War sphere, we're seeing hang-up jammers being employed on the shoulder mounts of these. That is very interesting as a tech choice. So yeah, you can get a lot of hang-up jamming onto a single target here. That's 4 hang-up jammers if I'm counting right. C-point is being contested over here now. The Trilobite doing what it can. Defense going off there. Let's see, does this come around and hit? No, it is going to go wide. Unfortunately, not maneuverable enough to make that corkscrew, or I guess kind of a corkscrew spiral. That said, it is still coming around. The torpedo is still alive. Can it bank in time?
Yeah. It's
another size 1 missile going out there after some chaff cloud. So it's just reduced to both sides trying to fire off little missiles here to try and hit the other. We see a size 1 act. Ooh, that is going to be a good hit. Not the most damage in the size 1 missiles, but still just the interesting little gunfight here, contesting the C point here. We're seeing the points go pretty fast here, as we are already halfway to winning for pretty much both sides. Let's take a look around the battle space as things develop. We might not even see a gunfight if the cap game kind of goes the way it is, where we're seeing just because the C point is contested right now, but I see should be pulling ahead on points here. Yep. So I'm just seeing the little gunfight.
So the interesting thing that Mini's done here is that he's diverted all of his heavy assets to the C side, whereas Spadicy has put a lot of his only heavy asset into just directly onto the A point. So
we're seeing him just diving straight for it, thinking he can take that point, and I don't think there's anything in position to stop him. The wall here obscuring the triple Axford threat that Mini has brought to bear. C point being contested here, even though the Trilobite here has knocked out its... Oh no, its magazine is still actually active. So interesting quirk, apparently. Even when at 0%, magazines do still work as long as they're not grayed out. So, hey, working as intended. That'll probably be patched one day, but... So the CIC looking pretty low here, has a fire on it and an atmosphere leak. DC team working overdrive to try and fix the reactor of all things, not the CIC that's burning down. So we'll probably see the ship go neutral. Yep, it is. Yeah, turret is disabled right now and is just meeting a slow death as the superior gun power of the Gamma Mu takes out the Trilobite here for the moment. That said, Gamma Mu has moved off the point, so it's actually getting capped out by the Trilobite, which is not technically dead yet.
Yeah, and Cerebus is moving to get its beam onto the Gamma Mu.
Ooh, yep, so we're seeing this thing coming around the corner now, going to basically spell the death of this ship as soon as it gets an arc. That said, Mini moving off the point wisely, expecting that this destroyer is going to be aiming that way. You can see it now trying to translate itself over there, firing on track, which is most likely this one. So, take a better look on the battle space. Not too much else happening right now, just kind of a standoff on both sides. Destroyers deployed and just kind of chilling, hanging out, relaxing, all cool. Oop, sniff a missile, fires and misses, because as it turns out, when your ship is not moving, the wake doesn't work.
Yeah, Hoplite has opened up with the Railstone onto the Mandate of Heaven, but it's a bad track quality and he's not able to land any hits.
Yeah, we're seeing just now for the first time the triple CH actually coming into play. The hang-ups in this case going to be very interesting because they will try and most likely counter the incoming rail fire. Question is, does he have a CR-75 close enough? That would be the Yavara being the only CR-75 to counteract that comms jamming. So in this current case, what can Mini really do? Because he's quickly getting forecapped here by Spadicy. Like, that is going to put you very far behind. A tug of war goes quite fast in this situation.
That is true, yeah.
Seeing the C point, unfortunately, just like this ship refuses to die thanks to the little stack here, splitting damage between the basic CIC and the reinforced magazine, meaning that it is not getting knocked out by those high explosive shots, even when they do hit. So, yeah, just they're trying with the little guns, but unfortunately not finding the kill shots they really are needing here. C point goes into Spadice's hand. The Cerberus is locked onto target. That said, we see an Axford cresting over the horizon there. Ooh, that's some lovely visuals. We're going to see it start opening up with 450. 450 makes very short work of the destroyers. They are fairly large targets, all things considered.
That's free direct hits.
Yeah, that's going to be not great as that hits into the Raider drive here. And also, well, naturally the Birthing is going to get knocked out. I swear you sneeze at these things and they get killed. First little shots of 450 going to be big here. Meanie could legitimately just push this Axford onto the point, and so long as he's able to take that fight favorably with the Beamstone, there's not really much to stop him there. But that said, point difference is going to start adding up really fast now. Is that 4-to-1 cap situation we were talking about? Seeing a missile go on here, a Scree LRS going after the very wounded Typhon. Whack right into the front there, only knocking out the Birthing, so very lucky with the impact zone there, only splashing some locations. Missiles do have a sort of shotgun cone spread of damage that they have to deal, so it's not just the big old high explosive explosions. That said, this ship is heavily crippled. It will never move again with the Whiplash drive as it is, and the microreactor is barely alive, keeping this ship in the game. Seeing some eliminators.
Over at A point, Yavara has finally engaged Mandate of Heaven and is on the winning side as they can't get their guns to bear. And now they have to choose between either getting railgunned or getting 450'd. He's caught both the Mandate of Heaven and the Act of Providence in quite the trap at A point right now. He's already has his bow on, and he's just unloading into the belly of the Mandate.
So, seeing here now, there is still, of course, 2 Axfords versus a single Axford and a Railstone set very far off. The Railstone is an annoyance, which, honestly, he should not be bow tanking right now, because he's basically got his nose facing towards that thing, and that's going to spell a brutal amount of criticals. Already seeing one of the Whiplash drives here causing some issues as it's going to start going down. Is this thing a triple whip? Oh my god, these are triple whip Axfords.
Those are... Oh my god, I didn't realize. I thought they were tri-drive like his normal ones. Why is he triple whipping? Oh my god.
Man wants to go fast, I guess. And as we're seeing it here now, he's getting caught in the flanks here, trying to get his guns onto target. The belly gun's still masked. Instead, down here we see the Yavara pointing its bow towards the incoming threats and just kind of tanking all this damage on the nose, split across the thrusters here. He's having a good time, and we're seeing some Size 1 missiles getting launched here. Are these SAW? Size 1 SAW is being launched out. That's an interesting choice. Probably test of the PD and whatnot. Let's see what the Yavara has. It does have some point defense turrets we see rotating now, trying to shoot down incomings. Let's take a look at this in the lovely camera here. Just weave shots, trying to get hits. Those will actually get hits, although that doesn't really do much. Like, just a small amount of splash into the front thrusters, which are just kind of there as soaking damage at this stage. So yeah, A point, B point even going into the hands of Spadice. So we might be looking at a 5-cap situation over here. Seaside has now been cleaned out. That beam destroyer finally got its shot, and both of those corvettes kind of mutually killing each other.
Yamamu and Trilobite are down, with the Divine Intervention trying to flank the Beamstone.
Yeah. So this is a nasty position to be a 450 Axford, because you want to go on the point, but you know that beam destroyer is ready and waiting for you. And I don't know if Meanie has time to kind of mess about and try and flank around this thing, or if he just has to rely on strength of firepower to hit a beam when it comes around the corner. Seeing some more missiles going down mid here. Ooh, those are some Torps and Retaliation. Popping Chaff in a panic, trying to get his defenders and Auroras to fire into those. He's also catching 450 shots in the broadside, losing quite a bit of stuff here. Reinforced and large lockers taking a pounding Whiplash drive as well. Did those get shot down? Looks like it. Still, we're seeing quite a few 450 shots flying up here now. Not the kind of engagement you want to be broadsiding your Axford in, as 450 does hurt when it is not taken on the nose. Still, we are seeing a 2v1 here, so Yavara is going to be feeling the pain in a little bit once some of that 450 starts landing in prime targets. Currently just being tanked on the nose. Axford's incredibly tough in front. Take a look
Honestly,
around
with the way the crystals are at A point, Active Providence won't be able to keep that angle for long. He's already moving to mask from Active Providence, but still engaged Mandate of Heaven. Mandate of Heaven has caught itself on the rock as well. Is Meanie using the rock to rotate Mandate of Heaven to bow tank easier? I think he is. Look at how close
that's
Mandate
a really
is
interesting
to that
technique.
rock.
So, as many of you may know, or some of you don't, there is no ramming or collision damage in Nebulous. So, if you want to turn a ship really fast, you can order it to kind of slam into a rock and then adjust its heading. There's a trick used by some bulk freighter enthusiasts such as myself. Seeing some Size 1 missiles going out here, probably just to finally kill off the Typhon, which we see does go down there. E point was briefly contested by the Gamma Row, which is now going super critical as it is about to eject life pods. What can Meanie do to get back into this game? Because he's only got 240 points left, and that's going to tick down incredibly fast. We see a bunch of Size 1 spike missiles here just making sure that this thing is, in fact, dead.
Yeah, and Siren is engaged in active Providence in the rear.
Yeah, CL decided to come around and hit this target in the backside, and that is not what you want to see from the Axford. Axford does finally get positioned to bow tank here, drifting out of the line of fire, but now it's getting hit in the broadside by a CL that has his bow almost onto it. This is not a fight you really want to be putting your Axfords into, because you're just going to get shot from rails and 250 and 450. Like, this is a wonderful positioning from Spidicy as he boxes in Meanie's fleet right here.
Oh, and Divine Intervention is also about to get beamed by Cerberus.
Let's take a look. Cerberus over here has track on target, I believe, provided from, yes, a nearby little scouting ship here. So he knows exactly where this thing is going to be, and we're going to watch this Axford probably get cooked as soon as it comes around the rock here. He's hugging it very close, and Spidicy, a good player at keeping his beamstones in position. That said, we are seeing him drift slightly by. Maybe, just maybe, the triple whip is actually going to pay off, as this ship is going a lot faster than you expect. Yeah, the question is, can he rotate in time?
Well, he's pause firing the beam. Oh, and Spidicy's antenna is out on his beam, and a lot of some radar panels.
Ooh, that is an important thing. Without the antenna, he will not be receiving that track info he was relying on. So now he's going to try and fire the beam. I think he still has radar coverage on this somehow. Maybe going through the rock. He's got the order at least. So the question is he just trying to fire on one of the other tracks he somehow sees? We've not played this map, so it might be entirely possible that he sees him through visual here. It is kind of funny how visual sometimes lets you see through rocks. But still, rapidly approaching a, I was going to say an ANS victory, but they're both playing ANS. Yep, Spidicy, like, coming in with 860 points now as the tug of war just pushes further and further. We're seeing some scouting missiles, or no, these are ACT CMD size 2 hybrids going after the hoplite, the little railstone up here with basically no defenses, just a chaff box. He might have some AMMs. I can't tell what these are. Oh, yep, we're seeing now ACT Seekers go off, so that is most likely an AMM going to be going after these missiles in turn. Let's see if he does have enough. Single size 2 shouldn't kill off that railstone, but okay, one of those does kill that and clear out. Very nice. Let's see if it's enough for the other one. So that's all the railstone's AMMs. So will he send more is the question. Kind of a gamble between, do you have AMMs and should I send more missiles? Over on the A point, Yavara just holding its ground there, doing well. C point is going into the hands of Meanie over here as the Divine Intervention finally gets it, but he's calling it GG, well played. Meanie's strategy of just kind of bringing more frontline cap assets compared to, more frontline fighting assets in the form of Triple Axford, kind of getting beaten out by some of the just like, well, superior Corvette play we're seeing here, as he's been able to win his fights fairly handily and then hold his stuff with the beam destroyers placed well. We'll just watch the rest of this game play out now. Very interesting map. I would love to see this in some 4v4s, so we might host those after this. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that'd be fun to do.
Gold Rush is, I think it's kind of neat, because, like, you've got this split off, obviously, where you've got your 2 points that you can cap, and then 2 points here. So you've got a neutral A point, but it's well protected, kind of boxed in like this, so you have to get a lot closer. A point obviously going to be overwatched from, say, like, OSP with a 250 or T30 bulk freighter, going to be clearing that out very well. That said, like, from the A point we can measure here, that's in beamstone range for like anywhere around these rocks. So A point gonna be quite interesting to see, because it is not covered exactly, but some of these crystalline locations could give you enough spots you could sneak a shuttle or Corvette into. This is going to be fun to play and take a couple of the regular games into. So yeah, we're just going to watch the slow death of Meanie here as the Cerberus comes around the corner and tries to get his beam onto target. Is rotating desperately. It's trying, man.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie. The whiplash is kind of making it impossible for him to get like the beam on the target. But Meanie's gonna...
It might turn like slow as all hell, but when you get these things going, that is really impressive to see how fast you can get an Axford up to. I think that's like, what, 40 meters a second? That's Pulse Raider speed.
Yeah, that's insane for an Axford. He's, Meanie is going to get behind the rock in time for the points will run out before Spidicy can beam him.
Still,
yeah, Meanie is safe.
I feel like it was slightly misplayed, as Meanie possibly did not know what kind of assets he was going to be facing, but with triple like whip Axfords like this, you really want to push forwards aggressively using your speed to try and rush down a point and then take it aggressively. Instead, we saw them deployed a little more defensively, kind of a little bit maybe apprehensive, as it is a newer map, so they may not have played it before. But so in this case, we're seeing Spidicy's kind of had a plan in mind. He's using his beam destroyers to control the edges here, where he's got one of them covering each point, and then just has his cap assets ready there. and then just kind of sending the Yavara brick up the middle to take that A point before it could be killed, and that will be game there. So, yeah.
Yeah, I will say in Mini's defense, he does not often run heavy cruisers, and so that could have been just, he picked something to try and hard counter Spidaisi, but he wasn't quite sure of the doctrine behind it.
That is entirely true. Different players have different playstyles. I know plenty of people who are not familiar with cap fleet gaming who will try it out and not enjoy it and instead go back to doing things like Axford pairs or mass bulk raiders or things like that. I know some people who also very much enjoy that playstyle and don't play frontline too often. So we're seeing an interesting sort of like difference in playstyle here as they come up against each other in this 1v1. Of course, also it is a 1v1 with twice the normal amount of points that you'd have. So give these players credit where it is due. Most of us can't control 6Ks very well. I know I certainly have flubbed it many times.
I can't even control a 3K well.
That is certainly true.
But yeah, no. Again, well played to both players. That's not an easy task to manage, and they gave an entertaining game.
Yeah. It's also showing off just the interesting diversity you can get in some of these fleets. Like we see Alliance going for, say, heavy capital fleet here on Mini side versus like a bunch of destroyers and then some smaller assets. The only capital being the Yavara. So really showing some of the differences in builds that you can bring into a Nebulous game and how even the same factions can play very differently when you decide to invest your points differently. So I'm going to head back to the lovely main menu. So any fans of Rory's channel, hello, this is the Nebulous main menu, your new best friend and whatnot.
They're going to wait until we introduce them to the lobby menu. They're going to love it.
Yep, Nebula lobby fleet pick command. All right. Tell you what, chat, what do we want? So I think that they might be willing to do a rematch here. So we could message them and see if we want to get a rematch, or we could go for some more public Nebulous lobby games. I know that some people like hopping into matches with me, Rory, and anyone else who shows up. What do we feel like, chat?
I personally would love to see a rematch of them because that was very entertaining for me to watch.
Yeah, that was like, it was interesting seeing the new map and like the playstyle disparity there. So yeah. It's also a little bit of mind games there, just knowing your opponent and then expecting them to bring one thing, them bringing the other thing. And then the question is, okay, is them going off book? Because you are, of course, risking a little bit there because you're not doing your usual practice playstyle. But at the same time, you can surprise an opponent who's expecting that.
Yeah, like, so as I said at the start of the match, like, Spidaisi, from my mind, was at a disadvantage because he was not expecting Mini to run heavy cruisers. But Spidaisi managed to play out of his mind and counter Mini's counter against him, so.
Yeah.
Also, any viewers from my chat, be sure to give Neko a follow as well. He wants to get the 200. But let's make sure he doesn't get the 200 before I get the 100, though.
Yes. You said also you were going to hit Captain before I hit Commodore and Neb, and we see how that one went, so.
Yeah, and then you got me into streaming and distracted me. That's on you.
Ah, you fool! You fell for it.
Yeah, yes. Spidaisi's asking, you guys want us to? And I said, yes, please.
Yeah, all right. Let's do a rematch rehost on that.
Hell yeah.
On 2. We'll do the same password as last time, if I could spell. There we are. So
honestly, we can make it a best of 3 even.
Yep. Yeah, let's make it a best of 3. I've got some time tonight. All right. That said, we're going to run a 3-minute break here so we don't get a ad intermission in the middle of match because that would be bad. So, yeah. Let's just go ahead and take our break here. So, chat, you've got 3 minutes to grab yourself a snack. Go now. Yeah, all right, chat. We are back. We're just bullshitting in the meantime. So, interesting thing. I guess if half the lobby is spectators, then it immediately readies up and causes people to deploy. We did not know this, and that's kind of cool. And another big sippy of my drink and whatnot. So yeah, very interesting seeing the map. I say I've only got so many mod maps loaded because I did disable a whole bunch of my mods because I was trying to like test around with some stuff. But we could do a rematch on Gold Rush now that they've gotten a sense of it. So yeah, we'll just go for that. Don't forget the 60 seconds speedrun deploy. I kind of wish there's a way to turn that off, but I can understand why it is. It's like lobby just checks it's like half the players readied up and stuff, and it probably assumes spectators are automatically ready because otherwise, I mean, why would they be? Yeah, we got to see some interesting gameplay there as, again, the diversity of the Alliance like fleets you can bring out. So beam destroyers on one side, a bunch of high-speed capitals on the other. We didn't see too much like big missile play in that because 6,000 points, you've only got like the option to really pick like kind of a capping fleet and a frontline fleet put together. But yeah. We're going to run it back. All right, same fleets. So, all right, rematch. Let's see it.
All right, here we go. My advertisements are finally done. I can come back.
Nice. That's weird because like I run ads at regular intervals and stuff between games and just, like on the hour and stuff. But sometimes it's like it says, "Hey, yeah, your ads are done," and the people are like, "Hey, I had an ad. What's the deal with that?" And I just don't know. Like I'm not trying to run these things out of like maliciousness or spite. I just have to run them because Twitch says, "Hey, you have to do these things, otherwise you don't get the shiny toys." And I'm unfortunately a shiny toy enjoyer. Hey, what's up, Pyraptor? We are doing a 6K 1v1 round 2 here, so a little best of 3.
Yep, it is Spidicy versus Meanie on 6Ks tonight, and it is one hell of a time. Meanie is running triple whip, triple axe, and Spidicy is running one Yavara, which is, I believe, a triple drive.
Yeah, it was I think it was a triple drived Axford, so much more capital assets on Meanie's side, but we were seeing, like, was it 3 beam destroyers and a rail destroyer on Spidicy's side versus none on Meanie's, so.
Yeah, Meanie had literally just his situational awareness, his spy frig, and then he had some cappers with his free cruisers.
Chaperoned your nephews to the zoo today. Oh, that's nice. I like zoos. Kind of fun.
Alrighty, everyone is ready, Neko, when you are.
All right, ready, and let's go. So they've got 60 seconds to deploy because of the funny quirk of us having half the people in spectator. It means that they immediately have to deploy because the timer starts its countdown ticks.
Literally, if one of us wasn't here, they would have been fine, but we're making it difficult for them.
Unfortunately, we're here, so we're here. We're putting pressure on them. Timer's ticking. Go, 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 go. Yeah, welcome back to Gold Rush, another one of the new maps and stuff. We saw a little bit of it kind of get played out. I'm really interested to see, like, if they deploy a beam destroyer covering the A point, like, how do you counteract that kind of thing? Because there's a nice shelf here with a lot of cover that you can set up on. Same could be said for if we had OSP in this, picking, like, the 250s or T30s just to overwatch the A point. That's going to be a complete brawl and kind of like a dead zone standoff if you do like a standard 5v5. So you deploy zones over here, B point going into the orange team, B point going into the blue team. But I feel like maybe it's kind of a split like 3-pointer here. Like you've got the E, A, and C points here. Kind of a 3-lane map like Nyx's Eye, but that also encourages to stack one side and then kind of rotate into the middle like we saw. It's a vampire bat wake up and crawling like Gollum over to a bowl of blood to drink. That's metal as hell.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Alrighty, so Spidicy's once again on the red team, Meanie's on the blue team. Spidicy running FRNS as his tag this time. Meanie's still on HRE.
Just like last game, we're seeing Meanie dropping in here with that triple Axford pair. All of them have triple whiplash drive, so they go fast as hell, but they do not turn like this century at all. Well, that is to say, though, like once you get your nose pointed at an enemy and really start hammering those thrusters onto flying speed, you will be going very fast. So take a look around the battle space. Meanie got his little triple Axford pair there. He's got some of his corvettes and other scouting assets deployed in the standard faction. You see one of them deployed for the E cap, one of them deployed for the C cap, and then also a third one deployed for the B cap, so that starts with the naturals. Take a look over at Spadicy's side. We've got the Yavara, the single Axford for him compared to the 3 of Mini. So that's just classic 450s on the front. Torpedo backpack, I believe it was. Seeing also he's got a little CL here, so a little bit more diverse portfolio coming in from Spadicy, where he's got multiple different ship classes compared to Mini simply rocking just a trio of Axfords and then some corvettes and scouting frigates. Instead, we see the CL that kind of got a nasty flank off and captured the natural point of the blue teams from Mini, so it's got some interesting play to counter some of the smaller assets, such as the little corvettes here. These things will not hold up under sustained RPF fire. Just seeing initial deployments here. We're seeing also the beam destroyers here. Nasty little thing to cook off the front of the beam destroyer. Because, well, I'm not saying that beams deal damage to yourself, but literally at the start of a match, everyone with a beam destroyer hits battle short and then just fires until the thing gives out. So,
guilty as charged.
Yep.
All right, so interestingly enough, Mini is going rather light on the C side, and he's pushing all E this time. Which is the opposite of what he did last time, where he pushed all C. But honestly, diverting all of his Axford assets on one side again is what lost him last time. I would have expected him to diversify and move one on each point.
Ooh, this is interesting. Just seeing a little scouting size 2 saw missile here. So these things are completely like dirt cheap minimum. I think it's like 2 or 3 points only. Seeing this kind of scouting around the midfield, trying to look in this little pocket here if there's a beam destroyer. That is a great spot to put a beam destroyer. However, there's a tactically placed rock to deny it, capping the A point with its beam coverage. So yeah, just looking at the initial deployments going off here. Again, corvettes sprinting forwards. Looks like Spadicy with the Xenobite gonna get the E point first. Although the question is over here on Mini side. Oops, for some reason couldn't click the Gamma Mu. This thing is just guns, period. So gonna probably see a repeat of some of the same fights we had before, to be expected. It's Spadicy pushing up with a single corvette covered by a beamstone versus Mini deciding just to full send it over here. Yeah, these Axfords, they're taking forever to turn around, but look at that, 40 meters a second on an Axford. Are these things even on flank speed? Like, these are insane. Fast.
Are they on flank speed? Yes, he is repairing.
Yep, we're seeing repair damage coming in there, so, yep. Meme destroyer, yeah, yes, the beam destroyer, meme destroyer.
Yeah, beams. To be fair, beamstones are meme stones. Yep.
Seeing a size 1 frag missile there, so I'm guessing that was a pair of AMMs fired off at the size 2 saw missile that was scouting things out. Don't know if he actually got the scout off. We're seeing the first exchange of fire over here. Gamma Mu versus the Trilobite, the Xenobite over here. RPF rounds going up against the double-barreled HE, spewing goodness at the Mark 62s. Ooh, and look at that, some 450 for their trouble. Now, that is overkill, as 450 does not do too much. That said, we're seeing the guns rapidly now changing targets. They have found the siren. The CL has a topside facing towards them. They have realized what is up as they're quickly trying to track onto these targets. This is not where you want to be as a CL. 3 Axfords worth of firepower into your topside is a big load of pain. They're locking on and trying to adjust heading, I think. Also just relying on their speed here to get them out of dodge. Let's see, Whiplash and Raider combo on that, so fast-moving CL. Towards the A point, that CL was the cover towards the A point, but we're seeing the Gamma Rho now moving in here. Probably going to be taking that. Currently, it's a 50-50 split. B and D points capped, although E is going into the hands of Spadicy here on the orange trunks.
C looks like it's also going to go to Spadicy, considering how fast he got there and the assets he has backing up.
Seeing some torpedoes being launched now towards the Gamma Mu over on the E side. So yeah, Torps out in the water, seeing them now corkscrewless. That's going to be 2 good hits and a critical event going off into the drive. Owie! Yeah, that is a decisive win there for that Corvette. That thing just needs to be cleaned up now as the Cerberus is going to come around the rock, and that will spell death to it.
Yep.
Almost hitting friendly fire there with the beam. That is very close. Holy crap.
That is close. That is dangerous.
You look at the window, you get a suntan from that. God damn.
Oh my god.
Let's flick over to the other side of the map. We're seeing the C point, the Trilobite, taking heavy hits. Its torpedo bay has been knocked out here by a well-placed missile along with the reactor, so this thing's radar is not going to work. Only kept alive by the drive. It does still have its Mark 61 cannon, so it is able to do something here. But again, going to be a pretty decisive win here until the Charybdis destroyer comes over here. It's going to be starting to move into position. It does not have track by the looks of it because, of course, the radar on the Trilobite has been knocked out. Still, that beam destroyer is getting close.
The Charybdis was stuck on the rock for a bit, so we're going to see if we can get it back on the on targets. Aside from that, Typhon's engaging Gamma Row in the center with Yavara support.
Yeah. See, now the A point, the Siren not having a good time here. It is able to get bow on, so that 450 will end up missing pretty well here as the ship is now able to kind of lock on and start giving some return volleys. That said, it's trying to turn towards the A point, getting the Gamma Row. Also, Pyroraptor, thank you for saying we sound like professional casters. We're just a bunch of cringe Canadians trying to do our best here. The Typhon over here has size 2 missiles in the water, just an axe saw, so that way if it's jammed, it is going to, just barely miss and instead miss again. Yep.
Oh.
Did that just go I swore that just went through. Like, you saw that missile trail, right?
Yeah, that did go through. Yeah, I'm rewatching the stream. That did go through.
Yep. Okay. Well, I see hybrid missiles are scuffed as ever. I've got some footage before of them going through terrain, so we might have to submit this to the map maker, just saying, hey, maybe check the collision mesh on this, because missiles just go right through it. That's why we see RPF rounds detonating there well and good, so maybe it is working as intended. Missiles just sometimes being a little bit screwy.
Siren is once again going to backcap that B point and take out Mini's Ultrama. We're going to see how it goes, but I think that's what Spidicy is aiming for here, and that's going to be another quick 5-cap on Mini, because he lost the C point to Trilobite once again.
So Trilobite here, it is heavily wounded, but they're not able to get on the point. You see over here, the Silatian, I believe I'm saying that right, it's being warded off by the Charybdis, which has a lock on it right now. It is not firing its beam quite yet, but it is denying the point there, meaning that if this Corvette decides it wants to dive onto the point, this beamstone is set up and ready to hit him. That said, funnily enough, this beamstone does not actually have any point defense turrets. So if they had any torpedoes, this thing would just get clonked in the forehead. But in turn, we see over here that the ship, in turn, it does not have any torpedoes. It's just got a bunch of size 2 missiles, which I believe could be soft killed here. So, or maybe they have AMMs. They've got 2 AMMs.
The beamstones have AMMs. What we need to see from Mini here is we need him to divest his capital assets and get them out of that ball and get him moving around the map to capture points. That's what we need to see from Mini, but right now those beamstones are preventing him from doing that, and he's too clumped up and he's unable to take points.
Interesting, because I think that like these Axfords, maybe the range is a little off, but they should be able to see the Cerberus over here on E point, but are in turn not firing at it. Cerberus moving forwards, trying to keep the Divine Intervention away from the point here. So we are seeing like ANS has a. I keep saying ANS like we're doing a split faction. Yep.
Oh, and Divine Intervention getting railed.
Ooh, yep, that is another thing to contend with. Just the hoplite in the backline here, just sort of a minimum investment railstone. Not even a reinforced CIC. Ooh, has an intel center. That's a very good investment for like a singular railstone just to like sit in the backline. This thing can come in about 600, 700 points, depending how cheap you want to make it, and just provide a little bit of overarch suppression fire here. Some missiles for the trouble going into one of these scout ships here, but all getting seduced by chaff. These are just saw seekers, so as long as the illumination cone is as wide as it is, which, well, I mean, floodlights, it's gonna hit that chaff. Maybe one hit going into the little scout ship here. It does damage the radar panels and knock out the berthing as expected. But
one of the Tobe hoppers is coming back and about to hit the Mandate of Heaven. Do you see that? Look at that missile. Look at that missile going back.
Oh yeah, it's a return to sender right there, just barely missing. Yeah. I love seeing missiles turn around like that. It's so funny. Anyways, seeing a whole bunch of illumination going up onto the ship, trying to jam it out. Active Providence trying to jam multiple angles here as well. But over on the A point, like, it is just kind of sitting a 4-0 or 4-1 lead for Spidicy. The Yavara once again taking the A point here, sitting on this area, just going to be pointing its nose towards the incoming Axfords. As long as you have active ships on the points, they can't really be capped out here. Like, the time it will take to kill off this Axford is going to be a long while. Like, it does not have the most GC teams, only coming in with, 3 restores and 6 teams in total. So, rapid lockers, larges. Still, this is a sizable amount of health here. I just realized this thing has radar and double whip. What is with these speedy Axfords we're seeing today?
They want to get on those A points.
Yeah, so, oops, all Axford rush going strong here. Like we said, the Siren making a play for that back cap on the B point here. Little scouting ship here just kind of getting bopped. Nothing it can really do about this. Just going to take the lumps and run with it. So yeah, rapidly moving again towards a 5-cap from Spidicy here. You see the C point here, Trilobite, is going to go super critical in a little bit here. That is a drive detonation.
So right into it.
Yeah. Still, C point not able to be contested. Like, they have assets nearby, but they just aren't able to get close thanks to that beamstone coverage. The aggressive move to move up, cap the point at any cost, and then just hold it with the beamstones giving distance here. We might be seeing a flank coming around here. Oh, Divine Intervention deciding it is go time. That 40 meters a second speed buff going onto the E point. The Xenobite could be moved onto point. It does still technically have a gun. That said, it does not have a working magazine, so that's going to be an issue. Does this thing have a chaff box anywhere? I don't think it does. Has a defender, so no, nothing currently in position to contest the E-cap. B point, on the other hand, going over here. So yeah, we're going to see trade out here in a second of these 2 points. A point, though, they're trying to get a Axford onto the point here, and just Yavara perfectly content to just sit here. We're seeing now the Act of Providence getting smacked up a whole bunch. I don't think that there's anything stopping them actually getting out of the point, but they do have to kill off the Yavara, and this is a Axford with its bow on, and it is not having a good time. We see, ooh, beams for their trouble. Yeah, that's why you can't get onto point. Like we said, beams from below here doing a very good job cleaning up that little scouting asset, the Gamma Row. Ooh. Take a look around the battle space. Yeah, just gonna maintain a 4-1 cap here. The question is, what can Meanie really do to get back into the game? Because he has to cover the points here by putting an Axford on them. But in turn, that opens him up to getting beamed by at least 3 destroyers. Like, the 3 neutral caps here just kind of firmly being secured and then held. Like, we might see this cap go off here, but we're going to watch now as the Cerberus, ooh, pointed the wrong way. That's unfortunate. It is going to retaliate fire, but can it turn in time before it gets knocked out here? 450 fire streaming into it. So those will be big, nasty, damaging shots into the broadside section here. Ooh, right smack into the nose. The beam is a tough thing, but it is not invulnerable, so we see more shots going in here. Only a basic CIC keeping this thing alive, so if that gets knocked out, this is not going to be a good case. Large DC locker and the basic CIC both fairly fragile. So, yeah.
Meanie giving up, though. He's,
looks like, says, yeah, speed on deaf and real, sped on deaf and real fast, just talking in their little channel there. Yeah, quite interesting seeing just, again, the sort of discrepancy between fleets. Like, you can have a lot of frontline capital assets, but if they're just never given a chance to fire on something like we've seen this game, Spedicey doing a very good job hiding under a rock like the little crab that he is. Yeah, Act of Providence over here suffering heavily for it. Just ANS doing a good job with their cap securing assets versus the more aggressive sort of frontliney style that Meanie tried to bring to bear. So goes to show just how different the little 6K 1v1s are compared to, say, your average 12,000 match up. Well, you see ANS versus OSP.
You know, can you imagine 12K 1v1s? That'd be crazy.
I was thinking they might be doing 12Ks, but in this case, we're just going to watch this ship get beamed.
Quad whip Solomons, let's go.
Oh, man. I've seen a quad whip Solomon, and they are disgusting how fast they move. I thought it was a Corvette at first until I actually got visual on it.
I want quad prowler Solomon one day. I want stealth Solomon.
Just like, oops. That's actually the reason why Prowler drives to diminishing returns, because otherwise I think you could completely remove a Solomon's signature, which is really funny. It's just like like the most like barbarian rogue ever. Like, what is that thing, sir? Oh, it's just a scout ship. Don't worry about it. The Solomon that's like moving at 1 meter a second creeps up on you.
Act of Providence finally getting bow onto the Yavara, but it's too little too late as the Act of Providence is going down.
Yeah,
it is that's a lot of gray compared to Yavara.
Just look at the number of events going on here. You've just got a ton of atmosphere leaks caused by the rail fire coming in, along with a bunch of fires. The cannons are, I think, still one is technically operational, but the belly gun just grayed out. Not getting a chance to do any restores here. But yeah, just I think that the play for this kind of gameplay, yep, Meanie tapping out here, just push up aggressively and hold it, kind of the ANS's doctrine, as they have Beamstones able to do so. Not seeing the OSP advantage where you get these shuttles 2 points faster than the Corvettes do. So very interesting seeing just this kind of like square off here.
Oh, they're asking for post-game in llamas. Are we joining them or are we moving on to pubs?
I think we'll just move on to like some more pub games and stuff, but
sounds good to me.
Say y'all have fun with that. All right, so we've got 41 minutes until our next ad break. I think that's long enough for us to hop into like a lobby somewhere, right? Let's see if there's any matches.
Oh, absolutely. Killboard's up. 7 out of 10.
Up, yeah. All right, tell you what, actually, do we want to just spectate this? I think we could spectate it.
Yeah, I'd be down.
We'll see. I'm just gonna ask them mind if we cast, otherwise we might hop in on. Yes, classic sense of humor here. Yeah, we'll just hop in and do a cast of kind of a more classic 4v4. I think that Killboard is limited at 10 players, so one of us might have to end up playing. We'll see if that. Yep.
Well, one of us will need to join. Obviously, I could probably join on the OSP side if you want to cast.
Yep, I could do monocasting, but it's fun with that either way.
Sounds good. I will
Say,
run,
never mind. All right, so. Yeah.
Actually, no. If you're casting, I can't really join.
Well,
them,
don't worry about it. I'll just deafen you on this, so that way you don't have any. Like, I'll just drop out a call on that.
Oh, there we go. Natasha joined. Okay, we're good. We're good. Hell yeah.
All right, so thank you, Caster Duo. Yippee! Yeah, so we're gonna see some interesting gameplay coming down here on the kill board. Let's go ahead and see this. So this is Killboard. It is kind of the ranked server of Nebulous. I say kind of because it is, of course, all very arbitrary. There's no official like leaderboard thing. This is just, hey, I wanted to track my stats and see how I do, and maybe get like a little medal next to your name and feel good about it. I feel so.
Yep. Right. I think Killboard is the only place where my win percent is lower than my main menu.
Yeah, well, you are also boosted as hell. Don't even try this with me.
No, I did like.
I know
I've
you
done,
play
like,
Staculus.
I've done 200 Staculus games, 50 solo games, and I'm just saying most of those solo games are wins. So.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, most of those solo games are my losses, but.
That is also a given. So yeah, anyways, we're loading on Haldit's Bluff, another map made by same guy who made the Gold Rush. So hopefully we see Gold Rush get refined, tested, and whatnot, and then added to the kind of more common server pool. So that way we can get more maps into rotation, because variety is the spice of life. Just waiting for Natasha to ready up there. They were in spectator slots. So they're probably just finalizing things, just down a little 30-point deficit there. Probably just adding another AMM or chaff box or something like that. Gonna have to go in a couple minutes. That's all right, Pyraptor. Thanks for coming by.
I'm so used to like responding to the chat that it's actually like a struggle
yeah, well,
to not respond for you.
You don't have to read chat or anything here. You're just along for the ride.
Yeah, I'm just along to look at ships and go. Also, Natasha playing Spedicious Fleet Command here, in the fleet editor when everyone else is ready.
Just do like the slight, like kind of over the shoulder pressure in that, but.
Yeah, a few familiar faces here, like My Hand, Your Bones, Microsoft, and Duke Stars.
Yeah. And so we're getting a ANS versus OSP this time. Squid Pro Quo got a 5-point deficit, so might be running missiles or just not maxed out everything. And really? Now you're gonna unready. I'm gonna send an angry colon 3 at him. Oh, angry colon 34 because I fat fingered.
Truly a Spedicious fleet moment.
Yep.
But alright, just a quick change up of fleets there. Probably the effect fleet comp. We'll see how it goes.
Yeah. So we're going to see asymmetrical factions this time versus the ANS mirror match we had last time. So we're going to see the OSP faction on display. A bunch of interesting, unconventional tools at their disposal. Will be on Haldit's Bluff, which is a kind of unusual map, as it does have a big kind of asteroid wall taking up, like, what do you say, like about half of the map space?
I'd say a decent amount of the map space is taken up by that asteroid wall, and there's also a lot of weird tunnels through it. If this is the map I'm thinking of, I might be thinking of Aorta.
I think Aorta is the one with the like heart-shaped thing and kind of the capillary valves and whatever you call them. But
anyway, I will let Neko handle. Yeah, I'd say capillary valves. I'm gonna let Neko handle the fleet comp. I'll be right back.
All right. Pyraptor, I hope your MRI goes well. That sounds interesting. So yeah, anyways, like we were saying, welcome to Haldit's Bluff. So as you can see, there is a big asteroid. This is all set into. Ignore the giant potato shape that it is. We've got a couple of little scattered rocks around here. So it is a 1 natural, 3 neutral map. So you see the D point and E point going into the respective factions' hands. I believe that Team 1 is the ANS and that Team 2 will be the OSP. That's typically how it's done. So you see the blue and orange trunks deploying, relatively speaking, pretty quickly, yeah. We're on a 60-second timer since people have readied up on both sides, so they'll quickly send in their assets. We're going to see basically 3 lanes of play fighting for the B point in the kind of tunnel section here close to the rock, so a lot of close quarters fighting can go on there. C point, much more open, able to be shot at from a lot of different angles, but you do have cover on the outside, so you can potentially cap it with something and then sit around the outside here and then have to fight off the enemy there. And then down on the A point, we have the kind of lower cliff face here. Nice little interesting sort of like arcing geometry. There's a couple fun flank paths you can do going through the little hole there with a shuttle or corvette or something like that. You can also hide beam destroyers and grape shot bulkers in many nasty places on this map. So we'll see how the fleets look once we get into the game proper. You take another sippy of my brewski. All right, so we're seeing here now the first OSP ship with that lovely 450 broadside coming into this thing. It's got a big old jammer on the front, too, that we can see, and a jammer on the belly. Damn, EWAR on a bulk freighter, not the most common thing. Doubling up for it, I guess, probably just trying to cover yourself with a bit of EWAR, because, yep, Sure enough, Crime Skin running triple bulkers here. That's why we see EWAR on them. So it looks like we got, what's it, C65s on all 3 of them. 2 Bellbird jammers apiece, and then this one just rocking a single Bellbird. So interesting, large amounts of jamming on that. I don't know how many jammers you need to hide a bulk freighter, but given their strength, they might actually be able to do it. Cosmic Eradicator coming in here with, what do we got here? It looks like some container backsides and then some C56s front side. So that's a lot of 250. You see a C53 in the little tail slot there for 9 barrels of lovely goodness. They've got, a little multi-mission tug here designed to snipe some smaller ANS assets, such as the scouting frigates or corvettes. I think another one of them deployed over, kind of like offset into 2 sectors of the battle space. We've got a little rocket shuttle here with pinpoint radar for precision. More rocket shuttles. Seeing some T-30 gun shuttles, nice little cheap asset, able to contribute to the kind of greater game just by pecking away at some of the small stuff that ANS likes to bring. Gripshot, very good at that. So yeah, just a bunch of these also having torpedo defense with the point defense turret on top, so those should be able to shoot down any torps coming their way. For Miles Bennett Dyson over here, we see a 450 Ocello, the command ship of the OSP over here. Very good antenna on the, I believe it's the chin is the CR-75. This thing coming in with some Auroras and Ceresas. Nice anti-missile play right there. Grazer on the belly and top. Bullseye lock as well, so nice little support there. We've also got, looks like a C-90 and T-30 combo here onto this. Let's see, yep. So just nice little formation here. So you've got your command ship, and you've got your 2 little supporting assets. These are able to swat most of the light enemy things, and then you've got the big C-90 cannon, the 600mm gun. I believe that's the largest caliber in the game, actually. So it does some respectable damage when you actually hit with it. And they've got just a little kind of cleaned up ship here. Just actually, yeah, this just got some electronic warfare on it. Little pop gun on the front so it counts as armed, and some extra flak and stuff. So nice little battle group there, self-contained. Seeing over here, Natasha, who I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name because I know I'll butcher it. We got a 250 Ocello going for the more aggressive close quarters style. They've got some jamming on the backside of this thing. Comms jamming specifically to counter command torpedoes and whatnot. Also a Dazzler on top, so loving the soft kill. Seeing also joining it a T-30 Bulker here with, ooh, actually, no, this is a hybrid Bulker. Look at that. It's got 450s on the front side and the T-30s on the back. I've run this before. Very interesting to rotate this thing like, say, 90 degrees, and then you can open up with the backside guns against something small. Isn't OSP Railgun a 1 meter cube block? No, I believe it is a 300mm fracturing block, the one you think of. So we're seeing here now OSP moving their way towards the B-Boy. Big battle group grouping up here. Natasha has a not electronic warfare, a early warning tug. Don't confuse EWR with EWAR. They're 2 different things. And just a, I am unarmed, please don't kill me. Just this is the minimum investment ship here. Just this thing is dirt cheap. Like, they've stripped out the radar on this thing. This is, I think, just like, let's see, that would be 10 points, 10 points, 10 points. So yeah, this thing is like 80 points worth of just minimum investment to cap the B point, expecting there to be beam coverage. So we're seeing a couple missiles going out here now. We'll cover the the ANS fleets in a second. Ooh, rails. Oh, that is a thing. Okay, so
Yeah, so I was going to cover the ANS side. Duke of Stars
take us away from Duke of Stars fleet, Rory.
Yeah, Duke of Stars is running a full railstone fleet with a radar stone. How would you refer to that? But has
check the modules on this thing.
Yeah, E-Lint and everything. And he is
Spyglass
just opening
4 track
fire
correlators on that with a, oh my god, look at the nose. It's got a pinard on it.
Yeah, exactly. Aside from that, we have My Hands Your Bones running 2 beamstones straight into the B point and running what appears to be a cap fleet to hopefully counter Cosmic Eradicator's cap fleet on OSP side, but we'll see how that B point fight goes. Microsoft Edgelord running what appears to be a Exford with possibly, oh no, those are gun frigates. He knows his audience. I was a big fan of gun frigates myself. He's running 2 escorts for his Exford with Merc 62s.
That is a lot of jamming on those as well. 2 blanket jammers each. That's 6 jammers in that fleet. We're gonna see First Blood going off here to My Hands Your Bones as, well, actually, I guess first loss, as this thing is not going to live. We see the bombshells flying out from the monitors there, so getting stripped up by Grapeshot and everything else nasty. This thing is alive on a technicality.
Yeah, Natasha loses the first loss with unarmed, don't kill me, going down to 2 beamstones.
Yep, there we go. So barely gets beat out here. This is the kind of minimum investment you see for 3 neutral points like this. That said, OSP is taking the A point as they've not really been contested over here. There's a couple scouters. Like we said, My Hands Your Bones, so just go through their fleet real quick. You've got, just looks like a couple of torpedo corvettes hanging out in reserve. Some of them chilling here with the VLS-2s. Probably got hybrids on that for clearing stuff. Nope, just size 2 Tempest of some sort. All right. Another size 2 Tempest little box there. So yeah, OSP taking an initial lead here as they have a 3 cap compared to the ANS's 2 cap. OSP does manage to get the B point before they get beams, so that is a benefit since ANS now has to send an asset over there. And there's like 6,000 points worth of OSP just cruising down the B lane. Like, they're going to run into a beamstone pair if they continue this advance, but that's just a lot of tonnage dedicated over here.
I will say, though, I want to bring attention to HMS Squid Pro Quo, because if you look at all of his ships, left side,
here
bottom...
we go, okay. 450 Axford, very nice, with an antenna on it.
Look at his signatures. All of his signatures are either reduced or minimum, because he is going radar off, comms off. Not quite sure what his plan is.
I think he's trying to hide some of his stuff. Ooh, yeah, this is really interesting seeing the Prince Charlie over here.
He better have some good comms with his crew, though, or with his team, if he's running radar and comms off.
Yep. That said, he is a 450 Axford that is moving his way kind of down the middle of the map, so he's got options on which direction he wants to push. So B point secured by the OSP. That said, C point going for a flip here as we're seeing a little bit of skirmish going down here. OSP might be taking a 4-point lead here as the little minimum investment T-20 gun shuttle doing its job. Oh, that is a reactor plume. The armor that did exist no longer does. Yeah, this is a burnt chicken nugget of a ship. Now, because these things have such light armor, they're so close to the initial blast, this thing did take a sizable amount of damage across it by the looks. No front thrusters left on this thing.
No, it is cooked.
Yeah. Not to say the shuttles had much armor to begin with, but
it does mean OSP gets the C cap, which is huge on this map, because ANS is faltering on its cap game. Though we do see Fuzzy Wuzzy and the Harsh Hitch going. So that's Edgelord going for the A cap with his gun frigates and his Axford.
Edge coming around the corner here now. I do really like this as like a fleet comp where you get a command ship like an Axford because you've just got the CR-75 antenna and just the big bulk of it with the 450s, and you can support it by a couple like little assets like this. Having this much EWAR is a pretty nasty thing. Ooh, rocket shuttle coming in for the dive here. Let's see, does it get a strike onto him? That thing's super close but has not had fire orders issued yet. We're gonna see if it fires or not. Oop. The Mark 62s have noticed it, and they're going to start pop gunning into this thing. RPF and HE rounds chipping it. Oh, there's the fire order. 10 Piranha rockets out for their trouble. Who are those going on? Going on one of these ships here. Let's see. Missile into the drive section. That is going to actually drive the ship here. Just default drive, not having enough damage threshold. And now he's unfortunately moving out of arc, so he doesn't actually get another shot off. Oh, he's trying to make this thing go.
No. He clearly has not studied Greg's Art of War, but...
See, now another rocket turret on the belly locking onto another one of these ships here. So yeah, he got a really good close quarters ambush, but all the point defense going off here, still eating quite a few of those shots. Let's see. Some of those now actually impacting. There we go. So the reactor does go down, but he does have a restore. Yeah. Oof.
Ooh, that's a gun and a reactor out, though, so that's that frigate's going to be feeling it for the rest of the game. Let's see if he can get the rest off,
initial losses here, seeing some significant damage dealt just with a single rocket shuttle in the right place, trying to clean up these little assets here before it bites the dust finally. Yeah, Edge not having a good time here as we're seeing just the drive and reactor knocked out here. Still does have restores so we can bring these back online, but yeah, rocket shuttle has definitely done its worth just trying to sandbag this ANS fleet before it gets onto the A point. Seeing some decoy containers going off.
That's more going at Fuzzy Wuzzy.
A little bit more action.
This is a fun name to say. Oh, that is right in... Oh, I don't think Fuzzy Wuzzy's going to be living for much of this game.
No. All right. Let's take a look at chat for a quick second. Does this game allow custom factions? Yes, there is a couple mods that add custom factions, and there's quite a few popular mods with other sci-fi things. Like, I think there's a Halo mod. I want to say there was a Battlestar Galactica mod in the works somewhere, but I don't know if that ever went anywhere. I know for sure there's a Halo mod and a couple other ones that I've seen people bringing into the game, so nice to see a little bit of that come into play. Taking a look around the battle space right now. Ooh, we've got Cosmic Eradicator sending off some multi-mission tug missiles here towards this pair. I think that these will be good. Do they have their point defense in arc? They do not. Well, one of them does, but it's going to be weaving here. Four of these gonna strike true on that. Ooh, that is nasty. It's taking out the drive. Yeah, no restores left on this thing. This is a immobilized, very dead brick, actually. No power left on it. Oof.
The beam destroyers are both out at B point. The bulk freighters and the Ocello combo managed to take out both beams.
So yeah, just showing the OSP aggression here. Oof. That is a lot of firepower putting into some beamstones. So while OSP was, like, they were taking some losses here and there, they have really kind of boxed in ANS as they've got themselves like a 4-cap situation going on right now. Granted, A point is being recapped by Edgelord down here. We're seeing now the frigates kind of recovering and being able to take out that rocket shuttle, but still a nasty close quarters surprise bombing ambush. definitely paying its worth there in terms of opportunity cost. Crippling 3 frigates. That's like half of this fleet's budget. So.
Yeah, my hand, your bones has lost both beamstones. No restore, or about to, yeah, no restores now. Both those beamstones are combat killed, with one being actually killed.
This is a little concerning in terms of like frontline assets on play, because Hand's Bones over here, like that beamstone's not coming back. They've got a heavily damaged Corvette up top that's kind of going down. There's 2 of them kind of like skating on the outside of the map. What does ANS really have to retake caps here? Because while their rail array has potential, if it can get a lock on target, we're seeing it aiming towards those 450 bulkers that are trying to move across the battle space now. Do they have the frontline presence? Because I don't think that a pair of Axfords is really going to hold up against all the tonnage that OSP is going to throw at them right now. Like, there is I guess a cap fleet from Cosmic Eradicator over here. Sort of a half cap fleet. They've got a bulk freighter. 2/3 of a cap fleet, really.
And Squid is still holding his Axford back. He's not committed to any particular side of the battle. I think he's trying to maybe regroup with Edge, but at that point, that's not going to be enough dispersed assets to really take this back.
Yeah. ANS is falling behind now steadily as they are in a 1-point deficit, a 2-3 cap as it is currently stated. So yeah, we're seeing OSP now splitting off their fleets after taking the B cap. We're seeing a trio of bulk freighters going high here. They are holding a fire on stuff until they get into range. I don't think that ANS actually has any way to frontline back into this game. The Railstones are devastating when they can lock onto a target and really beat it up. We're watching them now light up this bulk freighter, and this thing is going to start having a whole bunch of critical problems as the rails hit them. Let's take a look over here. Yeah, this thing already getting some fire started. Sustained rail fire is a exponentially growing problem as more and more of your DC teams get busy and just hit by all the work speed buffs that build up. So yeah, we're seeing now just all these fires starting. You see OSP now starting to pull back into cover. They've sent over a shuttle towards the D point, which is putting them into a 4 cap here. I don't know if ANS has a shot at this point. They could pull it back with some really good gunfighting, but there's a lot of OSP asset to have to clear out.
Yeah, it's really up to Squid Pro Quo and Microsoft Edgelord here, and Edgelord has lost a good chunk of his fleet with that Fuzzy Wuzzy going down.
Okay, we're seeing some jammer Thunderheads being launched out here in desperation from the Prince Charlie up top, and those are actually going to jam some of the Seekers here. The Thunderheads getting seduced and confused. That's hilarious. Those are not Killjoy missiles. They just happen to launch at the exact time that a bunch of Axe Seekers are going in and jam them. That is really funny. Look at
crazy.
That. So we're seeing some riposte go off here, just trying to intercept them, but instead they're sneaking around the rock here. Yeah, my hands, your bones surrendering. Unfortunately, they have lost a bunch of their stuff. Now we're seeing the point defense coming off of the Acello over here, just cooking through all of those missiles. No sweat. OSP pretty much has 3 frontline feats, like, all intact at the moment, from what I can tell. Like, their losses are only really just 5 shuttles. That is a lot of tonnage for ANS having to clear through. Don't get me wrong, like, Axfords and the Railstones, they can add up damage over time, but Railstones currently do not have a target locked for them by the looks of it. They're trying to get something done here. Let's see, what are they firing on? They're firing their Mark 64 cannons. Interesting little sidearms to have on the rail array. I kind of like it, actually. Good way to try and clean up assets like this, but still seeing those shots go wide as they are not able to hit the shuttle as it's dancing around the D point.
Yeah, the Prince Charlie just got taken out and it didn't activate its radar or comm, so it may have been actually ambushed by accident there.
Entirely possible.
Okay, yeah, Star's fleet does actually have 2 64s per keystone because they are currently taking out that D-side shuttle.
Credit to them. That is respectable amounts of firepower that you can bring to bear. I mean, that's like 10 barrels of 250. Still, we're seeing it now just like struggling at this distance to take out this little shuttle. Couple shots now actually landing, but
it's going to be too late, though, as D point has already been captured and there's no assets nearby.
Looks like, yep, Duca Star's throwing in the towel here, deciding that there's not a chance they'll be able to get back into the game, just not enough assets on the front line. Probably most of their team to follow suit, as 2 players on ANS have already been knocked out. Yeah, OSP bringing a lot of frontline and just deciding to bulldoze through whatever resistance that ANS could put up. Those beam destroyers not able to hold back like the 6,000 point advance we saw on the B side here. Just gonna be a kind of a slow death for ANS now, I think, as these Axfords are split off from each other. We saw earlier Edge had managed to recover a couple things. Oh, Big Sippy. Oh, it takes him a bit. Oh, that's you, Rory. God damn it.
Now that he's doing a Big Sippy, I can actually talk. And yeah, no, as Neko was saying,
damn you.
There's just real no way for OSB to recover this.
Or ANS to recover, yeah.
Oh, sorry, yeah, ANS to recover. Okay, maybe I should let him talk. I messed up. But that 68 point for the B push and those beamstones not being able to fend them off was really the game changer here. Just more assets and more coverage.
OSP committing to a
Microsoft
strat
Edgelord.
and just kind of following up and delivering. They decided they wanted the B point and they would take it, just bulldozing through the enemy resistance. And while we are seeing some Thunderheads with jammers going off here, that's a lot of flak coming off of these triple bulk freighter pairings. 450, I think maybe going to try and line up on the, what's that, the Lord Nelson from Squid Pro, the one extra just kind of hanging out by itself. A couple Thunderheads.
Still no radar or comms.
Oh, is it still turned off? Oh no.
It's still turned off.
Oh no. Maybe he said it at the front of the game and forgot about it. I've done that. That's funny. I did have one match on Haldit's Bluff where someone, I was shooting their Axford with like, I think it was just like a multi-mission tug or something. And he was like, this is so stupid. Why can't I see you? Like, you're 500 meters away. What is this? And I just asked him like, is your radar turned off? I just got like dead silence for 10 seconds and in chat.
His radar off, but his radar is off, but he's using the bullseye to fire.
That's interesting. Does he
So
have a
he's
lock?
using the
He's
bullseye.
firing jammers, apparently.
He had a lock. I'm not sure what happened to it, but
Might be getting
it's
a
gone now.
cross fix from some of his allies over here. We see that Edge has managed to recover decently well, considering the rocket strike that happened to the various ships he had. Yep, seeing the drives restored on some of these, along with the jammers and engines. This one took a pretty nasty hit from something earlier, so not getting too far there. Yeah, OSP has a 4-1 lead. I think that this might just be game decided, like they were saying, because there's just really a little bit too much for them to take on in a fight here. Rail Array does do very well on certain maps, although I feel like Halditz encourages a lot of very close quarters 3-lane fighting with plenty of cover to hide from the rails, so not seeing them able to rack up the value that they would really like to. The Duke of Stars has officially surrendered and disconnected there. It's just Edge and Squid now at this point. I gotta say, this is probably like a really... Is this a really expensive Axford or what? Bulk mag.
Nelson is finally radar on.
He turns on his stuff. Trying to figure out where all of his points went because I didn't think that these sprinters were that expensive. Huh.
Well, they had missiles in them, but they never turned on their radar, so they never got to fire them off.
Oh wow, just
He
a
just
whole
doesn't-
bunch of size 1 missiles. Yeah.
Yeah.
DLS2s with some Thunderheads and jamming and stuff. Huh. Interesting. All right. Well. We'll take a look down here. An attempt at jamming the various fleets kind of coming across here, but there's just so many radar cross fixes that I don't think ANS will be able to hide under anything. We're seeing 5 or 6 jammers being fired from these bulk freighters, just completely masking
The
themselves
Caden's
against
trigger.
Edge's big softy here. It's trying to fire in return, but just deciding, nah, I can't see you. I'm going to shoot at something else I've got to lock onto. The Ocello, I believe, is the one taking fire. It's currently side on, which is not how you want to be with an Ocello, but at this current state, though, there's just so much firepower on OSP side that I don't think it will really matter. We will see a couple shots maybe land. Ooh, is he going after the... Oh, he is going after one of the escorts. This is actually a pretty smart play under normal gameplay circumstances. It's a lot easier to kill off the escorting assets and really limit your enemy, trying to drop them down to just their capitals. So trimming the escorts is a good move, but I don't think it's going to make any huge difference at this stage of the game as we see the very narrow front profile of this thing and the range being afforded here, really allowing it to evade the fire of this 450 Axford.
Also, the Lord Nelson is trying to take on Natasha's fleet, but Natasha just has way more 450 than Nelson does.
Yeah, this is
And-
a serious discrepancy of firepower here in terms of just the number of barrels on display. Like, we see 250 coming off of that Ocello there. Very good DPS. We're seeing 450. And, they're doing the T30 rolling. I was talking about this at the start of the game. So we see T30 backpack on this thing. Kind of a funny tech because you've already paid for all of the like rapid cradles and ammo elevators. So if you're not using the back slots, you can put T30s on this and use it to kill anything your 450s aren't able to hit.
That's a good idea, yeah.
It's an interesting tech. That said, T30s do suffer from being a little bit fragile, and when you're firing your 450s, you can't really get them on target. But still, as a interesting like little side tech, that's really cool to see. Lord Nelson here for Squid Pro Quo, really just eating damage on the front. The Mark 60, that's got a, wait, what the? This is the Mark 66 on the belly. What is this?
So he has he has triple double barrels. So he has triple 66, but unfortunately he can't get the rear one to fire without going broadside. And the moment he goes broadside, he's getting cooked like a fish.
I'm just wondering, why has he got a 66 on the belly instead of a 68?
Maybe it could be a points issue. Oh,
be
but
points.
his rear one is actually firing at a...
Yeah,
at
he
a
does
tug
manage
now.
to get some shots into the, what's that, Panner's Wisdom over here?
Yeah.
A little multi-mission kind of going around the flank. So, slow death of the ANS happening right now. Crimeskin Sand, here we go. What has he got? Ooh, I think he has got himself into arc. Oh, man, Edge Big Softy is going to be... That's
oh, no.
That's not going to go well. That's a crossfire if I ever saw one. Oh, no.
that Axford is gonna get. Oh, it's right into the belly of the Axford too, and that
Yep.
is AP.
Good night, sweet prince. Yeah, plant control, DC compartment, all the guns.
Yeah.
Yep. This kills the Axford. He might be able to, like, technically survive through this, but I'm going to call it right now. This Axford is going to be rendered combat ineffective. You see a monitor running circles around it right now. Oh, here comes the rest of the firepower. Oh, no, that poor frigate.
Those are
450
some Saturday
AP.
night. Yeah, those Saturday night specials are going right into that frigate.
Yep. Wop, wop.
And it is down.
It is gone. It's hilarious how the 450 AP, so much of it overpenned that it didn't actually deal damage, but then the size 1 missile deployment just from the Acello over here, just kind of spelling doom and disaster for it. Trying to hold on underneath the rock here, but yeah, points deficit just really showing. ANS, I think that they are down and out for the count. None of their ships seem to have that much combat capability anymore. Like, maybe the back gun on the Lord Nelson is still active, but it's just trying to shoot at a shuttle right now. That's not going to get a kill.
Yeah, and he's being surrounded by tugs that presumably have 250 AP, so...
Yeah. Really showing the power of, like, picking a strategy and sticking to it. OSP, they pushed up on the B side. They killed off the beamstones that would have been a big threat to some of their lighter assets. And then they just kind of snowballed and NASCAR'd their way to victory, just kind of going around to the D points and C points from there. ANS, on the other hand, they had a bit of a plan, but they just weren't able to execute with their railstone support. Idea being you have your fleets kind of able to deny the caps here with beamstone coverage or some of the light DACA, but unfortunately OSP just getting to the point first, and then they had to try and push forward and play catch-up, which led to the OSP heavily punishing them.
Yeah, there's just once those beamstones got pushed on B, their front line collapsed because the Natasha's fleet could go anywhere it wanted.
Yeah, that's just 6,000 points that then uncontested in the battle space, and once you get defeated and detailed like that, oof, Lord Nelson does in fact go down. That is a withering volley. Oh my god, look at the triple bulk freighter 450.
Yeah, that is insane.
So many people will harp on and say that OSP 450 is bad, and there is certain reasons for saying that. When you catch an axe fight in the broadside with 450 HE, that's going to be that. So that will be an OSP victory here, them committing to their strategy and playing well. So good game, well played to all players involved. All right.
Yeah, no, I want to see the damage some of these fleets got, because
take a look around. Crazy. So looks like ANS just didn't ever really get a chance to rack up any big numbers. They were just kind of like taken apart piece by piece here. As for OSP side, yeah, not that huge damage numbers because a lot of stuff just got focus fired very fast and then died off. Natasha has a, what's that, the Estelle Labelle, I think it's called the Acello there. You're better at French than I am, Rory.
Oh yeah, l'Estelle Labelle.
Yeah. A lot of damage off that fleet, seeing the 250 kind of pulling numbers here respectively. And then
that's...
the Grizzler.
The Grizzler.
The big nasty damage off that. A lot of the other OSP assets just never really had a good target to shoot at because they had brought a whole bunch of 450 and 250, and in terms of targets, they just kind of died before they could really rack up any big numbers.
I'm genuinely surprised that OSP won so handily without plasma on their team. I'm not seeing
if you think about it, there was not a single plasma ship on the OSP side, and they managed to just win this through sheer volume of fire. Again, showing the diversity of strats where you can expect a whole bunch of plasma from OSP certain games, but in other games they just decide, nah, we've got enough gunfire, we don't need plasma.
Yeah, that's man, I'm a little bit surprised by how that went. That was crazy.
Yeah. Little game for y'all. Take a drink every time you hear Roy say "true" or "that's so crazy."
Oh my god, no! You will get alcohol poisoning if you take a drink every time I say "true."
True. All right, we're gonna take a little 3-minute intermission here for ads and stuff, so people don't get interrupted. And then we'll hop into another game and go from there. Yeah, we'll be right back, chat. Go, go, go. All right, we are
Uh,
back in business, everyone. How y'all doing? Just gonna look for games. Unfortunately, I think that Killboard, has filled up there. Have you played on Blood Moon yet, Rory?
I have not. No.
Banana Nebulous has Blood Moon loaded. Let's hop into there and see what that map is.
Sure, I'm down.
Take a look at this. Yep.
Just need
Blood
to
Moon made
download
by
it.
Hellcringe, so I'll just quickly add this to my repertoire.
A fine addition to my collection.
Aha! Confirm. Downloading. Yeah. Kind of want to play OSP. I've been feeling OSP lately. I feel like I mostly play OSP because a lot of people prefer ANS, it seems like. Them being tutorial faction is a big thing. But,
do you want MDAD or do you want me to take MDAD?
do we want to run 2+8?
I do not want to run 2+8. That took me a second to realize what you meant. No.
You know which play I'm talking about, 2+8.
I do know which.
There needs to be a day we run 2+8, but...
We will do that someday. Oh no, Spicy found us.
Oh no, we've been discovered. Scatter, run, hide.
Okay, as long as Meanie also doesn't find us, we should win.
Yep. We'll find out.
You and I do beat Spicy.
Sometimes.
The one time we ran it. Okay, he's spectating good. Whew. I'm surprised he found us so fast. Actually, no, he's in the stream. I'm not surprised whatsoever.
I ran away midstream so I could grab more pizza.
Yeah, I ran away to get a hot chocolate with some vanilla liquor. Because I'm a fancy boy.
I mean, that's one way of doing about it.
I forgot to buy a six-packs today.
Fair enough. It's kind of funny because, like, I like chocolate and I like hot beverages like coffee and tea and stuff. I don't really like hot chocolate.
Oh, that is funny. Also, does anyone have 1,000 channel points in chat? If you do, you know what to do.
Oh no.
Let's go Canuck mode for a game.
The Bob and Doug McKenzie toggle.
Oh, okay, that's Hardly. Okay.
Hardly coming in. Oh, look at that. A 3,001 point fleet. Bad. Reported.
Oh, okay, so Hardly's on our side.
Nice. We will try and balance these out so it's not like a complete Stompulus or anything. We go back and forth as I take a bite of my pizza. So what are we talking about? It's like FTD convert BPs to STLs, which are words. I'm assuming you're meaning like blueprints to something standard template.
Oh yes, so they were talking about converting their FTD faction into a Neb faction, and I said it's actually really easy to do because you can convert your FTD files right into Blender ready files, and you can just clean them up in Blender.
That's kind of cool. I was thinking about mucking about with Blender and Unity myself a little bit because I used to be a really big Free Space fan. I'm not sure if anyone remembers the Free Space title, but a couple of the ships in that look like they poured over really easily into Neb because they're kind of low poly, and I'm pretty sure I can get the assets for... Like...
Oh, there's Meanie.
Oh, there's Meanie, of course.
Well, this was fun.
Yeah, well, I guess we're going to get cringed by E-Wings and stuff. Oh no.
Oh no. You see, usually I'm on the Spicy Meanie side of this. I'm very rarely on the Neko side of these streams.
I just looked at this. I see Hardly has a single Corvette with 3,001 points.
I did see that. I'm genuinely impressed. How did he manage that?
It's got to have like magazines full of sand. Because I've got a litter box fleet that's like 1,000,000 points.
Yeah.
I'll just wait on a 8 here, I guess. Usually when you get a 7 out of 8 lobby, it fills up pretty quick, so...
Yeah, it's a new map too, and I haven't played OSP in for like almost a month now, so...
Oh, there you go. Oh, speaking of, somebody joins and leaves immediately. Oh no.
The average Spicy Meanie experience.
Well, there's plenty of times where I've joined into a match and I've seen like the gold hell stack against me. I'm like, I don't think so. No thanks, I choose life.
Oh, Pyro just booted up the game. We might be able to get Pyro in here.
Uh-oh. We might go to a 5v5. I don't know. I kind of want to try Blood Moon and see what it's like.
I want to do Blood Moon if we can.
Yeah. It seems like an interesting map. I'm just looking at like the big kind of like mean looking eye on the right side here and thinking, this looks ominous. We had, what was it? Killer Banana came up with the Blood Shelf, or Ruby Shelf. That's the one.
Ruby Shelf. Yes,
yeah,
Ruby Shelf.
Ruby Shelf. That one's kind of cool. It's, I believe he said the lore is kind of, it's tied loosely to like, because he was playing a whole bunch of Baldur's Gate, and he's like, yeah, I want to make something like tied to like the god Baal or something. I thought, oh, that's kind of interesting. And then talked to him a little bit about the design of it, and I forget who it was, but he actually took some of my ideas for the 4v4 version, where it's reduced down to 5 cap points. You get 2 in the kind of like neutral middle shelf, and they've got 1 off to the side as a neutral point, and then you've got 2 naturals. So you get this really interesting kind of like Y shape looking at it from the top, and I really like the way that one plays out. Then again, the 5v5 is quite interesting as well, because you get a 6 cap map, which is not that common in Nebulous. Typically, you'll see like a 5 cap map. Say you get Salar or Nyx's Eye, both of those 5 cap 5v5s.
We will bring the Greg this time. Also,
Yes.
Mini and Neko playing Spedicio's Sweet Command.
I just hadn't hit ready up yet.
Yeah, there we go.
For this time, though, Meanie is the one who's the one in editor, so normally it's always Sped.
Yeah, I can't believe Mini and Sped switched accounts. That's crazy.
Maybe that's it. That could be why. They just actually changed places. We never knew.
We'd never know.
That said, loading up for an ANS versus OSP, this game will be in first person. For those of you who came from Roy's chat, you'll get to see what Neb is kind of like if we play in first person. That Hardly. I need to bring in Hardly. Ooh, they've got a flipper bolt. That's kind of fun. I've tried those and they're a little finicky to get working, but it's kind of funny to like fire all your guns and then flip the thing over and fire again. I won't say no to more plasma. You know what kind of purple perp enthusiast I am.
Yeah, my only issue is like we have so many bulk raiders and not enough small stuff. That's why I switched to MD Dad.
All right.
Oh, the blue is offering his spot to the silver.
Yeah, that's kind of nice of him.
Yeah.
Actually, that's very nice of him. Because, like, dude got here first. He had it locked in and set and ready. He's like, nah, you want to play? You can play. I like that. Sportsmanship.
Yeah, good guy, good guy.
Even if he's like, nah, I'm good. He's just, like, giving you the offer.
Also, it makes me wonder how many people are here from my chat. There's quite a few.
Well, somebody has to come out and look at your new profile picture.
That is true, yeah. Honestly, tomorrow when I boot up FTD, they're going to be in for quite the surprise if they didn't come out to tonight's stream.
It's like, what happened to him Wednesday night?
Wednesday night was wild.
Wednesday, my dudes.
I got greedy for more, but okay, so he just wants to, yeah. It was not as as we thought.
Well, I mean, hey, you're still, like, doing a good choice there, so we'll take it. We'll just show off our fleets, and then I guess we'll go for it.
Yeah, Sir Hardly and Boomlever are both good players, so it'll be a good time. Yeah, I'll try and run caps then, because I'm looking at this right now. Yeah, and plus we have Greg on our side. We cannot lose.
That's true. The mighty Greg. Rockets and all. Our mouth is full of pizza.
Also, Spedicy, I see you in chat. You better have that stream deafened, boy. I know he's still here working.
If I get hit by like a size 2 cruise called Stream Snipe, I'm gonna.
I'm doing that next week. I don't care. I can be in the stream and I'm sending a rocket towards you called Stream Sniper. Right alongside White Woman Spotter.
All right. What do we got? Ooh, this is interesting.
Okay, so E seems like our natural.
So high C. So we've got E and D as like our points. Or, sorry, E point as ours.
What?
D point is theirs.
D is our point. What?
Yeah, and then we've got the 3 neutral split. Okay. I kind of feel like going for a B and C gunfight, so I'm gonna call that.
Sure. Okay, B and C gunfights.
Yeah.
Okay,
I'm thinking like we kind of go up there because that gets us like we get close to the rock, and then we can. Hard to get a sense of scale at the map, but yeah, just deploy up there, hug close to that rock, then we can control both those. And like A point is kind of like just really loose cover, and you can set up sort of there. They probably put a beam destroyer on their side and overwatch it, but we could probably do the same with multi-mission tugs and things.
Yeah, I can send an A capper as a scout, and then I have my my.
Oh, I see how he's done this. So you see where the sun's positioned, right? Like, and the if you like look at it exactly from the 90-degree mark, it does the whole like
yeah, that's neat. I like that.
That's a cool map.
That's cool.
I don't know how it's gonna play because there's like a lot of weird geometry here to move around with, but Let my deploy key.
All right. I'm gonna deploy some torp tugs towards B side, just in case they deploy any heavy assets towards that side. I need to remember these are illuminators, not my usual Hectors.
Ooh, okay.
But aside from that, I am ready. I haven't played this fleet in a month, so.
Well, I'm gonna just throw a massive amount of bullets out like I usually like to. I feel like I'm a little too predictable with my OSP fleets, because if I had to play frontline, I just have a whole bunch of like 100 mil or 250 in a plasma bulker. I know someone like you is gonna read my ship names and be like, I remember this one.
Oh yeah, no, don't worry. I'm gonna be spending this alliance reading your ship name, so I know exactly what to expect in the future.
Oh no, I'll have to change them. The horror. 5 seconds of work. No.
But will you remember about 5 seconds of work?
I'm not gonna remember shit, thank you.
Because I will remember, because I'm gonna see violence, and I'll be like, all right, this is an entire layout.
Hey, Shadow Sun, nice to see you. All right,
Hey, Shadow Sun, welcome back to chat.
let's deploy. Mini was the only one not readied up, so hopefully he gets his assets
Classic Mini,
in.
honestly.
Well, I mean, don't we harp on Sped for not deploying? Maybe Mini just has a whole bunch of cap assets.
Yeah, it used to be that Sped took long to deploy.
I'm convinced
but,
they've changed places. They're just they
yeah,
swapped their cap. That's it.
Yeah, they're smurfing. They're smurfing.
Absolutely.
Sudaisi said he's gonna watch this VOD back, and I'm so excited to watch him go like, you shitter.
Go ahead, command.
All right, Revenue's going for B. I have Greg going to Center Rock, just above, just between D and E there.
Ooh, the red
And then I
illumination on this
have-
map's kind of cool.
5x5.
Like, look at it
I know,
basking
right?
in your ships.
Sorry, I'm not a blue. I spend all my time in the TAC map.
Shut up. Just because I go into the TAC map and you say that doesn't mean it's true.
Today, Commander.
All right, and then I have a capper on C.
All right.
I'm gonna have the MD cover the C approach, just in case any Ewin silliness.
Yep.
Get that grape ready,
Mm.
and then I'll have monitor just slightly below to cover most of the
Ooh,
lines
this
that
is
I can see.
interesting. Whose ship is this? It's the I can actually see whose ship that is. Hardly has a plasma bulker, but it's replaced one of the plasma turrets with a container launcher.
Interesting.
Yeah. Wonder what that's for. Maybe
Gotcha,
just like
5x5.
decoys or something.
Oh, did I forget to do? Whoops, I forgot to go for.
Got
yeah,
my
fine.
scouting containers called Oh Whoa What's This with a max range of 10.7k. Okay, so I can't see anyone quite yet.
On the way, Commander. Got you 5x5.
Wait.
We're on the move.
Be trying to adjust myself here.
Okay. Track 6006 on B side, probably a sprinter.
I'm betting that's a sprinter at this range. That said, there was 2 large flares low, so that could be something big. Scouting containers, yeah. So for those of you who don't know, scouting containers are a thing you can do. You just get like a dirt cheap container, and then you just send it off. And once it gets within like, I think it's like 3 kilometers of an enemy, you get visual on them. So it's a really good way of figuring out what a target is before you have to like take the whole time to analyze them.
Yeah, 2 tracks B side, probably a sprinter followed by. My guess would be a Typhon followed by a Scylla.
On the way,
We're seeing
Commander.
gunshots at first. RPF rounds coming out.
Okay, that's multiple warships on B.
Commander.
I'm going to signal some attack markers here where they at.
Okay, sounds good.
I can keep myself aimed on them. I'm betting that's an E-wing, given that you see 2 of them real close together. See that? 355?
Yeah, I see it.
Call that one out.
Prepare grape.
All right. Gonna load my shots and.
No, be advised, those are light cruisers.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah, those are boxes according to intel, and he doesn't run masquerades on those.
Got him in our sights.
Okay, well,
Unless he's really messing with us, but
It'll be done, Commander.
could be. All right, going to move my stuff into position. You are not going to shoot at that, thank you. That said, we are going to Daka up that guy, because that is funny. And then I'm going to start launching decoy containers, because that is funnier.
Firing a missile.
if we can get a lock on one of those Vauxhalls, my mass driver somehow has line of sight on them.
We're ready whenever you are.
They're a bit outside of my range, but I will... Ooh, that's Edgeless fleet. I can see the tag now. So that thing should be royally toasted. I think that is, in fact, dead. Yep, that is royally dead. It has been killed. Reload the guns. We're going to fire everything on these guys here.
Okay, that's Gaia on B point. That is... Okay, so Spinacy's running caps. If he's running Gaia, that means he has Scylla Squadron, probably.
Alright.
Standing by.
Which is going to be such a soul reading. He's going to be mad when he watches the VOD back. But...
The hard reads are real.
We'll get it done.
Ceasefire so I can actually orient myself correctly. I've sent my decoy containers out, so with any luck, they will be fooled by what I think will look like a reckless advance.
On the way, Commander.
Yeah, we got tracks high. Not sure what that is yet, but that's
Alright.
probably.
That's a bit far, Commander.
I don't know. We got track
It's
15
just
on
some
that. How do we
scouting
manage?
stuff by the looks of it. All right. Well,
Gonna get early warning on it anyway.
Yeah.
Want to see what it is?
tell you what, I think I can just afford to push here. Ooh, there's Sila 9521.
9521.
Yep,
Sila?
that's
Okay.
the Sila.
Okay, get me walk on that. I'm gonna mass drive it.
Well, as soon as I can.
They got a buzzer out there.
Okay, but yeah, that's an SA frigate up top.
Okay, good to know. So situational awareness, we can deny them that. Oop, I'm bumping
Yeah,
into a rock here.
1546 looks like another one. Possibly.
Oop, uh-oh.
Aye,
I'm getting jammed on it, so I can't unfortunately hit that.
aye. Aye, aye. Full power.
Okay, no worries.
Moving.
They're walking onto my my A capper, but I got LC up here with me.
Firing
And that's
RPF
two
and my
Silas up
decoy
here.
containers. The fools.
At the ready, Commander.
Not quite in range here. I just had to wait out this jammer, essentially,
on the
so I'm
way,
just going to
Commander.
do that.
Moving.
Yeah, I'm
we
waiting
kept
to
the
cap
point
B
neutral,
point
at
for-
least, so...
Send your traffic.
Yeah, B point will be kept neutral. The other two we can take.
Gotcha,
A, I
5
can.
by 5.
Okay, we got something on A point. I can send
Set my
Greg over
angle here.
Beginning the
along with
attack.
gun shuttle.
Aye, aye.
God, some of the rocks in this map are interesting.
Yeah, it's some weird geometry they got going on.
Okay, I'm gonna see if I can. I'm gonna see if I can run for the A point with Greg and
Roger that.
Veneer.
How can we
That's
help
just a
today,
life
Commander?
pod. We can mark that as killed.
Okay, they're taking shots at me somewhere. Not sure from
Moving
where.
out.
Run through and see if
Yeah,
they
that's
are
a
there.
right. That's a right. Oh, those are two Corvettes. Those are probably the E-wins up here.
Okay, so they're going high this time. Cool.
Yeah, 8902.
I see them.
Switching MD onto them.
Be able to manage these fairly well anyways. I'm holding them at the B point here. Like, they can't get any closer without getting completely shredded, and they know it. So, the question is, how are we going to win this? Because we are at a slight points deficit. Oop. 7066 coming low.
Got you 5 by 5.
Let's see if I can turn off.
Uh-oh. You scram in time? Oh, nope, just fucking
just
send
the
it, I
it's
guess.
just- It's just the VLS. I'm trying to move it away, but I don't know how big the explosion rate is on that.
Could've been-
I just saw.
It's
yeah,
not
that's,
that
okay,
big. It's actually pretty generous.
Yeah, that's the Schwarzberg and the ever
Go
one.
ahead, Command.
Alright, I'm gonna start flanking down low here towards the pair of CLs. Oh, if I can get my angles right.
Can't do it.
And that's the trilobite. Look at that.
Nice.
Yeah, you go ahead, fire your low ballers at me.
Copy.
Low ball, minimal investment. I'm pretty
Yeah,
convinced
they-
that if
they
I go
missed.
onto
I
the
don't even
point,
have
I
chat.
can
Yeah,
just beat
moving.
his beam destroyer, so I'm gonna try for it.
We're on the move.
Actually, I'm gonna be
That sounds
silly
good.
and try for it by launching decoy containers onto the point first.
The Hessian got behind me, damn it, with Veneer. Greg, I think, beats Trilobite, though?
Standing by.
We'll find out.
Moving.
I am being
Somehow
scanned
missed-
here by something which I don't like.
I'm getting skill issued, same with how we did the one time you and I had
Ready,
the
Commander.
rockets versus
That doesn't
Corps.
narrow it down at all.
What can we do for you, Commander?
Anyways, to answer, so our masquerade's actually useful. Sorry, I just had to look at chat now. Our masquerade's useful. They can be. If you put a ship with a masquerade in a place where a ship that it's disguised itself as makes sense, then it's very
At the
useful.
ready, Commander.
Otherwise, it can be a mixed performance. So, anyways, I'm just gonna kill off the Sila now. Don't mind me.
Copy
Boom, boom,
that.
boom.
Moving. They're screwing with the
Hello,
sensors,
sir.
Commander.
I've got a pinpoint lock on you. You're in for a very bad time. Wop wop.
Okay.
Now I'm
Okay, I'm
finally
gonna go for
moving it.
A since he got E,
How can
be
we help
advised.
today, Commander?
Excellent.
Aye, aye. Full power.
Okay, I lost career.
Pause fire where
Tril-
that was.
I think Trilobite's down, I'm not sure actually.
There's the vertical indicator.
Take him out.
No, Trilobite's not down.
I'm just gonna
I'm
do an
guessing
attack
Greg
marker
for the
over
A
here where
point.
that destroyer kind of was. I can cap the point here. I'm fairly confident.
Okay, sounds good.
Aye, aye. We're on the way.
I don't think there's actually too much they can do to stop us.
Moving out.
Like at this point, we're just kind of doing our advance. Now the E point is a bit of an issue. Can you send your like because you've got 2 torp tugs on the left side, right? Can you go get E point back with those?
Yep, sounds good.
Rocket containers on E. Let's see if they go for it or not. Nope. Looks like they went after the chaff.
It's just a it's just a
Pepperoni.
Hessian on
Send your
yeah, I
traffic.
lost Veneer, but that's annoying.
Oh well.
Got missiled. Trilobite is down, let's go. Greg wins again.
Woohoo!
At the ready, Commander.
Truly the mighty
At the ready,
Greg.
Commander.
To answer your
toss
question, actually for you, Top Racer, because PD Fire renders your ship, it does not render your ship model You can have no point defense turrets, actually, and it will still render it. It's because the missile cam is intel thingy.
That's a bit far,
There you go.
Commander.
I'm BMing Spidicy to throw him off, don't worry.
Excellent.
That's totally
Remember,
not
kids,
personal.
if you tilt your opponents, they play worse. So
That's
we're not
so
telling you to
true.
be toxic, but...
It is in my best interest to be toxic
Gotcha,
purely for
5 by
game
5.
reasons.
yes, purely for gameplay.
Oh, that is a beam. Oh, that's the no, that's an Ewin.
Ready whenever you are.
I'm not in the right
Yeah, okay,
position
so
here.
he's hiding his Ewins from my MDs right now.
Okay.
Aye, aye, Commander. We're moving.
Should be able to cap the B point here pretty handily. His beam destroyer has not emerged quite yet because it knows that I'm ready and waiting for him. I set myself to hold fire because these voxels are doing a very good job of dancing us on the side of the map.
It'll be done,
Fire
Commander.
positions.
I'm gonna see if I can orbit A and just hold it long enough with Greg.
All right.
Greg's last stand.
Yeah, go for it. I mean, 8 point we don't really need right now. They've got stuff over there. Oop, Killer
found Yavara.
007, thank you for the follow.
7908 is Yavara.
All right.
Aye, aye. Full
Orion
power.
is somehow still alive, even though those Cellos are there.
Hmm.
I'm gonna give an attack
Interesting.
priority to Yavara.
Moving out.
All right.
Copy that. Moving. Enemy has us locked on.
Oh dear, somebody's locked onto me. That's most unpleasant.
Happens to the best of us.
Aye,
Yes.
aye. We're on the way.
Okay, Greg's about to go critical on the Ewins.
How can
Alright,
we help
nice.
today, Commander? Moving
Hostile
out.
fire inbound.
Adjust our formation a little bit. There
Copy
we go.
that. Forming up.
And then if I can lock onto you, like so, I should be able to profit here.
Waiting for your orders, Commander.
And fire.
We've got him in our sights.
Have a target specify. Bro,
Been locked
you're gonna
on.
have to specify. What do you mean?
There you are. Shoot at you, because I'm gonna get beamed here in a second. Otherwise, uh-oh.
We're ready when you are,
This might be
Commander.
painful. Do I have HE loaded? I do not. Oh dear,
Beginning
this is
the
gonna hurt.
attack.
Sensors
Okay,
are
Brennan,
live.
okay, do you have B point?
Yeah,
okay.
we've got our side handled nicely. Just
Okay, gonna
being a
bring
little
back,
bit silly over here.
Commander,
As I am
Gonna bring
gonna get
back
beamed
beam
here
point.
if I'm not careful. Never mind, I've got the beamstone in my arc. I'm good.
Go ahead, Command.
Lots of hot mic echo when people are talking. Yeah, there's a little bit of it here and there, but it's not the worst.
Standing by. Engaging.
This is, of course, me messing about with audio settings, trying to make it so like we kind of get this thing to work.
aye, aye, Commander.
So, Scuff is the name of the game.
Understood. We're en route.
No, true, honestly.
Beginning the attack.
If that beam destroyer would kindly, oop, I banged into a rock.
On the way,
Whoopsies.
Commander. Scopes out.
We're ready whenever you
One
are.
has chaff. I don't remember which one of these has chaff. Oh,
I don't
neither of
either.
them have chaff. That's very cool.
Component
Neither of them have
understood.
chaff. Very
We're en
cool.
route.
Okay, Greg just
Excellent.
loaded on.
Aye, aye. Full power.
Having a pretty good day on my side of the map here, anyways. Whee.
Understood. We're en route. Has
They're trying to jam me again, rather annoyingly. Ooh, they have 3 CLs I just saw.
Moving out,
Fun.
Commander.
Take him out.
If they would stop shooting missiles at me,
Copy that.
apparently.
Moving.
I'm
I just
Popping
accidentally
AMMs.
launched all my.
Jam.
Did I just
Aye,
launch all my?
aye.
Oh dear,
two
I'm
Moving out.
thinking I'm getting
Understood.
torpedoed
We're
here.
en route.
Those are hybrids, never mind.
Commander.
Chaff time.
Waiting order.
Component lost.
Oh,
Send
right,
your
turn out the fire control radar.
Hostile
Look out!
fire
No!
Commander,
good.
The enemy has
Acquiring
locked
firing
on to us.
Okay, so that destroyer is hard
your
dead.
5x5.
Cool, thank you. Let's fire on the other guys now.
Low missile count.
Order received. Engaging now. Module lost.
Alright.
Can't
Yep, 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 yep.
Engaging target.
Plasma time. Alright. Bulk freighter gaming.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Component lost.
Oh man, I am
Commander.
horribly overextended here. Ugh.
Component disabled, Commander.
I'm trying to hit Yavara's. Okay, good. I got Yavara's side on with the mass drivers at least.
Nice.
Oh, that cell doesn't look good. That's a
Would be worried.
scrap.
Actually, I'm not too worried about them being Heck B because, well, my bulk freighters, like, sure, they get hit,
Aye,
but
Command.
I just don't really care because bulk freighters has so much empty volume that I can tank through the
Got
hits.
you 5x5.
Kind of funny.
That really is, isn't it?
Like, okay, I took a missile. I think that was actually Heck B because I lost my big drive, but consider the following. I don't care. Volume tank is so real.
Ready, Commander.
Yeah, on the side, it's like a Heck B hits me. Legitimately, a Heck B can go through your entire ship and deal nothing.
We can't reach that far.
It's kind of ridiculous,
Negative,
actually.
too far.
Lost my entire bulk magazine on Palm de Terre. That's annoying.
Rip.
Receiving.
Right. We are getting our caps back and stuff, which is nice. Ooh, there's the Yavara. I see that
I've
thing.
been mass driving it for a while now.
Yeah, just gonna marker that. Tell you what, my fleet can free itself up in a second here, and then I can go hunt that.
Aye, aye,
sounds good.
Commander. We're
I'm gonna
moving.
move the mass driver around
My
to see if I can
position is all
maybe
over.
mass drive those Those Ewins.
I can't see anything. Go ahead, Command.
There's some yeah, Hussar is underneath the map with missiles.
Okay, let's just recover. Then, there we go.
Copy that, Commander.
Acknowledge.
Where Fort art thou, Yavara? There you are.
Engaging.
Deploying purple burp.
Stand it, Commander.
Very good, very good.
Aye, moving out.
So Meanie's got a CL under the map, which is a little annoying, but
Yeah, it's
We'll
coming
handle
over
that.
to E right now, be advised.
Take them down.
I did just kind of
We're underway,
get myself in
Commander.
position. Do you think that's his, what do you call it? Like, you know how he has this one CL that he has torpedoes in, he runs it like our backline? Do you think that's the one?
We're ready,
Uh,
Commander.
Standing
I'm
by.
not familiar with Hussar, honestly. I haven't seen it before.
Moving.
Alright, well, we'll find out.
Hessen is just a brawler sprinter, which is annoying me right now.
Hmm.
And then, okay, E's back. How are you guys collapsing on the Edge? Because I see Edge is also coming
Edge is
towards
just
E
kind of
right now.
down in an area that doesn't really matter right now. Like, he might drive towards E point, but we'll get him later.
he's
Go
he's
ahead,
taking me on right now, so.
Well, it's just like he's in a not ideal
the
point,
ready,
but
Commander.
yeah. Finding why you were getting it, you had the stream open in the Discord. God damn.
Got you 5 by 5.
Wait, Rory, are you streaming on Discord?
Aye, aye.
I am not, no.
What? How do you have the stream open on Discord? This doesn't make any
We're on
sense.
is
our
he-
way.
Is he watching Spadice's
Combat move.
stream? 'Cause
They're locking on
we're in
to
a
us,
private
Commander.
call, I couldn't
Yeah, like
stream
this
on
is a personal call. What have you done?
Proceed. Repositioning.
Hacker voice, he's
Course
in.
plotted.
Okay.
Alright, we're gonna deploy some purple burpage on this now because I've decided that having armor is something I don't want you to have.
At the ready,
Stream link
Commander.
over in the Neb channel. Oh, that's interesting. Wait, you're watching it like inside of the. Oh, you're doing embedded. That's why. Okay,
cool.
Understood.
that makes a little
Okay,
more
Hussar,
sense now.
yeah, Hussar,
Alright, great
Hussar's
shot.
annoying me.
Begin the attack.
Moving there.
Plasma time.
I'm not
keep
gonna
you-
lie.
Awaiting orders.
I am functionally dead, aside from
Positioning.
what I have on E.
Functionally
and
and
E's about to
mentally,
get
eh?
clapped. Yeah, no,
Positioning.
I'm combat ineffective aside from what I have on E, and E's getting dispersed by multiple voxels.
Well, good news is the Yavara is royally toasted, having eaten a whole bunch of plasma,
How can we help
and
today?
Let's see if I can-
it is now about to suffer heavily because we are getting a flank shot on it. Oh dear, hardly just coming around the corner with their own purple perp. That poor Axford.
How can we
Yeah,
help
I'm
today?
gonna hold him on E as long as I can, but there's no
Yep.
promises, honestly.
Don't worry about it. We are winning thoroughly here, so
Oh, they just found my mass driver.
Standing by,
it's
Commander.
okay.
Fine.
Course
Maybe
plotted.
like around the rock, I guess.
Okay,
Yeah,
let's
that works.
actually give me that early warning on that
Copy that.
Hussar, and I see if I can mass drive that.
Copy that.
Ooh,
We're
that's-
on
oh, there's a
Ooh,
two
there's another
Axfords,
pair of
more-
Axfords over here. Uh-oh.
Yeah,
The moral.
that's
Oh, they've got
TFO.
Task Force Oak. I see what they got. Okay.
Moving.
Luckily, we have Task Force Plasma.
That's right.
We're on
Okay,
our
Hussar's caught.
Aye, aye, Commander.
I wanna.
Keep
We're
firing
moving.
here. Yavara should be dead soon. Yeah, the
That's
ship
already-
no longer has armor permissions. Exactly.
Copy that. Moving.
We've
coming around
evaluated
Yavara's
your
gonna
request
come
for
after.
armor and chosen to deny it.
We're on our way.
Okay, I'm gonna get my capper over to A
They're
side.
targeting
Actually, no,
us.
Ewins are still at A side. They haven't moved yet. Can you fire-
Ooh, that is going to be a problem because they are coming around the corner towards me.
Commander,
Ugh.
waiting
I don't want to fight the
orders.
moral failing right now. Task Force Oak is actually pretty good.
We're ready
Like,
whenever
despite the
you
name Starter Fleet, don't be mistaken,
Tell us
chat.
what to
These
do,
things are
Commander.
good. Like, if you're a new player and you want to like do really well in the game, play some of the starters. They are incredibly good.
Copy that.
But you
We're
can
on
improve them, obviously, because it's like not
Opponent
completely up to date in that.
disabled,
And I'm getting shot from below. It's rather rude. But they are really good at what they do.
Commander, we lost a module.
Look at my pinpoint. How rude.
How can we help today, Commander? Copy that.
Yeah, I've
Moving.
lost both my bulks on my tugs. They're dead.
Aye,
Just gonna
aye.
park them on
Full
E and
power.
hope they explode.
Moving out, Commander.
Explode.
We're on the
Alright,
move.
time to kill off Task Force Oak.
Engaging the enemy.
Oh, that's
traffic.
okay. Good revenue.
It'll be done, Commander.
Okay, there goes my tugs. I'm gonna see if I can get
Fire!
over to
Seems like
A
a
and
good position.
pray that I can get it at least.
Commander.
Aye, aye.
Well, we have a 3 cap and we are winning militarily pretty well, so
We're about to get free cap though, unless you guys take D.
I think we can manage that. Like, we're just pushing around our corner here and keeping them from a distance. Like, it's just going to go back and forth, but we will secure our win either
Enemy
way.
has us locked on.
Go ahead,
Yeah,
Command.
you guys have the frontline assets. It's just they have so many backline assets. Like,
Got you 5
Well,
getting-
once we
looks
kill
like
off
a
everything
fish
here,
out
we'll
here.
be able to sit on 3 points and there's nothing they can do.
yeah.
At the ready.
You, OSP, shut up, Dalico. OSP is fun gaming. We have bulk freighters
We're on our way.
and can openers
Oh.
like this plasma poker.
Yeah, no, I am out.
Waiting for your
I'm also locked on somehow. My MD is locked on by something. Not sure what though.
Odd.
Got him in on
Just put some
sight.
plasma fire. You'll
On the way, Commander.
drop your altitude. I'm just gonna do like a steady drive towards these Axfords because I'm convinced that we can just remove them.
Take command.
Mm-hmm.
Or every ammo type onto them.
Understood.
Yeah, I'm MDing them in the
Opening
rear
fire.
right now, so.
Yeah, they're having a very, very bad time. I'm surprised the moral failing is still alive, but it is also DC cracked to hell, so. Watching now as plasma goes off. Ooh, illuminated by the light. Not the glorious container rocket memes disappoint. Like, we do a little bit of silly stuff, but we also like to have some Daka Daka purple burping bolts.
Received. Reposition.
Aye, aye.
Yeah, I'm gonna
Full
contest
power.
E at least, but that is a lot of. Those are so many Voxels on me. I'm not having a good time.
Send your traffic.
Yeah, every week or two, someone comes onto Reddit and complains that ANS is overpowered, and all the goldies smile and wave.
Moving out.
Yep, if you know what you're doing, ANS is pretty good, but OSP is complete bullshit.
Oh yeah.
Favorite ship is the Vauxhall, but I'm really bad at the game. That's okay. I mean, I'm just gonna tell you right now, like, even some of the players who have played like 1,000 hours,
Shooting at
their
us.
builds are just the same as blue new players. Like, literally the only difference is they've just slogged through it long enough to get like some performance.
Aye, aye. Full power.
Quite funny to see
Yeah.
though.
On our way.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're losing. Yeah, we're losing E. Can't do anything about it.
That's okay. We'll manage. Now,
Send your
Edge
traffic.
is being
maybe
rather
I can
rude
contest?
here, so I'm going to turn around and
Understood.
shoot him.
Engaging.
Please do, because he's shooting me along with Meanie right now.
Fair enough.
Aye, aye.
Flip over.
Awaiting orders.
Yeah, I can't contest E. Yeah.
That's all right. We'll manage.
Waiting for your orders, Commander. Underway.
Mistake make us our general ship. Yeah, like Neb. Don't get me wrong. There is some merit to like making a general ship and like covering a
Gotcha.
couple different
5 by
roles.
5.
But there's also like deciding, okay, this is like a
Awaiting
tool.
orders.
What do I want this tool to do well?
Gotcha.
And
5
that can
by
pay off
5.
really well
It'll
once
be
you
done,
like
Commander.
make specific things
Awaiting
built for that role.
orders. Understood.
Yeah,
Each consent-
generalist ships are not. Think about it, generalist ships have their place. They're not usually ideal.
We're
Yeah,
on
like
our
you want to
way.
have a tool in your
On the
arsenal
way,
that's good at least one thing, and you can say this is the decisive tool to give me an advantage here. Having something that's okay at multiple different roles, that's handy when it has to go outside of its intended use case, but like it will always lose to the thing intended for that use case. So have to balance your things out. Okay, that is the moral failing is well failing. It's super cooked, but it might limp back to life. The
Revenue
value
might
judgment
be
is
able to get back
pretty
up.
Go ahead,
torched.
command.
Okay, I'm trying to get a fix on Edge's
Aye, aye,
fleet now
Commander.
since I've
We're
double
moving.
backed.
Understood. Moving now.
You can get away with generalisms like capitals, making a
Copy
small
that.
generalist, asking
Moving.
it to die, specialist ships, make up a generalist fleet. Yeah, having a bunch of like specialist fleets, like a big ship like an Axford or a battleship, you can get multiple different roles covered with that because you just have so many mounts and
That's
module
too
spaces
far
and
from
stuff.
us.
But with smaller ships, you kind of have to dedicate them, like say, hey, this Corvette is like meant for electronic warfare,
Understood.
or this
We're
shuttle
en
is meant to
route.
deliver a rocket strike and then run away.
Also, Axford on C.
Let's take a look. C point Axford. Oh yeah, that's the value judgment. There it is. I think that Broom has that. Yeah, he's got 450, and that is a very torn up Axford, so
At the ready.
shouldn't be an issue.
Commander.
We're losing like a little bit of the caps right now, but we're still making enough
Copy
like
that. Moving.
in terms of just like the frontline
We're
fight
on our
that
way.
when it comes down to being measured, we will win it. Like there's a pair of voxels down low that still aren't contesting any points here. B points in our hands, and then we're gonna grab D and yeah, C point as well. So we'll
At
get
the
this.
ready, Commander.
Just gonna sit
Yeah, be
even
advised
until
you-
we do.
That's a
Yeah,
bit
your
far.
fire's coming onto me, so I'm switching targets to fire at it.
Oh my,
just
hallelujah.
lost it.
How can we help today, Commander?
Alrighty, I just lost everything except my monitor
Aye,
and
aye,
my
Commander. We're moving.
MD. So
Rounds
That's all right. Fire plasma on this thing, I think. Do you even aim at the... No, you're not aimed at the right angle. You're gonna have to fix that. I roll my bulk freighters. Yay.
I roll my bulk freighter in your general direction.
I rotate my bulk freighter into attack move.
Aye, aye. Full power.
Okay, he's moving the recap. Good.
Got you 5 by 5.
I think I'm hitting this guy with the right ammo.
Send your traffic.
I thought he was plasma strip. Maybe he's not. We'll just try
Take him
HE
out.
instead.
Yeah, Axford's showing its drives to me, so he's about to realize why that's a bad idea.
Cook him.
We're a little banged up,
Won't
Commander.
know what hit him.
I don't like it when he shows his drives to me.
Aye, aye. We're on the way.
Surprised you managed to get a Reigns to pick it with a Vox pair. Wouldn't be surprisingly, Reigns when they have a Whiplash drive, run about the same speed as a Vauxhall does. I personally like using Corvettes because they're a little bit smaller and you don't necessarily need the frigate, which is a bigger target. But yeah, you can pair up light cruisers with like a very common pairing
Ready for
is
orders.
1 or 2 E-warships with a pair of light cruisers. And that's a pretty good fleet for just like being mobile around the battlefield and repositioning
On
stuff.
the
You
way.
get benefits of UR and a lot of
We're underway,
utility
Commander.
just from like RPF and 250 being good. We're just watching a hilarious long-range gunfight here as we each have 250 ships just blasting at each other.
You know, in all honesty, I'm gonna make a bet and say that he probably. Okay, those are sprinters coming to you on D. Be advised.
Back
Send it.
online.
I'm gonna make a bet and say his E-wins don't have HEC-P. I'm sending my monitor onto
Well,
A.
good news, that's not me on the D point, so not my problem.
Okay. Good. Very good. Very good.
Affirmative. Engaging.
Alright, different target acquired,
Negative. That's out of range,
Go.
Commander.
killed, and then we're gonna go on his buddy.
Engaging.
Actually, I can just put you guys in formation. What am I doing? I'm
Fall
silly.
into formation.
Alright, just dive out to the voxels. I'm gonna
On the
do
way.
the cap strategy called I'm gonna kill all the enemy ships before it actually matters.
We have you loud and clear.
Because remember, they can't cap points if they have no living assets.
Standing by.
That's true. That is true.
Moving into
Oh, those are a lot of things that they're fine. I'm gonna, like I said, I'm gonna see if I can get. I'm going 30 meters a second in a monitor, so we're gonna see if I can get point A in time.
Ready for
Reigns
orders.
is the fleet of EWAR, while the voxels are the main combat vessels with a trio of 250s on each of them. I would recommend, if you're gonna take a voxel, go for the full like 5 barrels of love
Aye,
with
aye.
it. Because if you're taking
Mhm.
less than that, you're paying for a bunch of
Ready,
ammo elevators that
Commander.
you're just not fully getting the benefits from.
Send
It's like just having a pair of voxels with some EWAR is really strong. Because you
Right.
just get like your 1 or 2 EWAR ships, and then you've got 2 voxels
Copy
with
that.
like 4 or
Coordinates
5
are
ammo elevators, and that's a nasty thing to face.
Oh, Hussar is out in the
We're
open,
done.
switching to mass driving it.
Which target is that?
That is Mini's. 1 second, getting jammed. 9-7.
I see that voxel, yeah.
Yeah, you see it. Missiles. 9734.
I always like to put it in chat because that way people can just click on the track number and then quickly rotate. Yeah, so that is his thing with his little torp belly. It's cute.
How can we help today?
Oh, the PD is flak and PD VLS2 loaded with 10-kilometer anti-hybrid. Wait, you got a VLS2 with anti-hybrid? What? What game are you playing, man? Like, are you- that's
There we go.
interesting.
Ever's firing for effect on him. We're good.
Locking up.
Alright.
Take him out.
Got a guy over here playing AVA with it.
Engaging the enemy.
Interesting.
We'll be
That's
down.
crazy.
Yeah, like size
On the way,
2
Commander.
anti-hybrid, so it's like size 2 AMMs. Just okay. I normally don't play AVA, so I don't really know how to comment on that, but yeah.
Aye,
Go this way.
we're on the way.
Okay, C is back in ours. I'm gonna acquire A
Acquire.
and just sit on it with the. Yeah, I'm just gonna sit on it with the monitor and
Yep,
pray.
we're getting D point here as one of our guys is going to sit on it, and then it's like Meanie trying to hold up against it. Actually, Hardly's getting his ass kicked down there. Never mind. That could be a slight
I
issue.
think he has Yavara firing on him.
Is
No,
Yavara
Yavara's
still
not-
alive? What? No way.
Yavara's still alive, but it has no guns.
Okay,
active,
well, it's
and
not an issue
moral
then.
Fail, yeah, moral fail and is also combat killed.
All
I
right.
don't know how many restores he has though, so I'm just gonna keep firing at Yavara just to fuck with his
All right.
dice.
Well, let's see. Do you have anything to go E point, or are you fully out?
I'm fully out. I only have stuff on A point, and even then, I
Okay.
might lose the monitor on
In
A.
that case, then I'm going to go for E point with one of my ships.
Understood. We're en route.
Yeah. Yeah, you can see how I tried to hold off E, but they sent free
Go ahead,
foxes
Commander.
on me.
Yeah,
with
there's not
two
much you can
tugs
really
in
do
them.
about that.
Waiting order.
I had 2 tugs in a dream.
Left.
The dream died immediately, to be fair. But,
Moving
oh,
out.
found Schwartzberg.
Am I getting shot at by something? I can't see. Yes. That is a sprinter. I can't actually hit that. Never mind.
We're on the way, Commander. We're getting locked up.
There you are. All right. You're going to go
Aye,
this
aye,
way, and
Commander.
you're going to go this
We're
way.
moving.
Yeah, found Mini's
How can we help
E-wins.
today, Commander?
Yeah, excellent. Ooh, that is some hefty firepower. Hello
What
there.
can we do for you, Commander?
Underway.
You need to be over here.
Moving
Hostile
out.
fire.
Tell you what, I want to know what you are, so we're going to fire the Oboe What's This missile. That should work.
Outgoing missile.
I completely forgot that I had those, even though I mentioned them at like the start of the game, so whoopsies.
Aye, aye, Commander.
Nice.
Just got to set
We love
flank
to see
speed
it.
and go to E point with one of my 250 bolters.
There we go. Okay, yeah, he's moving the Schwartzberg now because he knows I can see him.
Schwartz.
God,
Copy that.
I love mass
Moving.
drivers against
Aye, aye. We're
sprinters.
on the way.
Mass drivers against sprinters and light
Aye, aye.
cruisers are both really good.
Okay, I think yeah, he's gonna try and contest me on A.
Alright, that's fine.
I'm
He's
pretty sure these don't have Hec P.
Take him out.
No promises.
Pretty sure.
But
Acquiring ammo's running dry.
Receive.
either way, he won't be able to. I'll be able to follow him all enough that he won't be able to mask. Hessen is still on E. Be advised.
Okay, heard. Thank you.
Affirmative. Order
Firing on it.
Engaging
Yeah,
now.
pinpoint
Trying to figure
right.
out where the rest of Spidicey's sprinters are, because normally he has more if he's running. I haven't seen any beams this game either.
Yeah, there's been a distinct lack of beam
Moving out,
destroyer.
Commander.
Notice that.
There we go. Atlas is being secured.
Aye, aye. We're We're on the way.
They've got us.
We're getting our cap. It's gonna be close, don't get me wrong, but
Under attack,
ooh,
Commander.
pain time. Fire.
Traffic.
There we go. Okay, good. Schwartzberg is unmobilized. I got it.
Unmobilized, yes.
Center traffic. Getting a lock.
Okay, we're gonna drop the mass driver down and around, and we're gonna try and see if we can get
Got him in our sights.
the everyone as well.
Got you.
Very
5 by
nice.
5.
Doing some very derpy maneuvering
Aye, aye,
here,
Commander. We're
but
moving.
it's working
On the
out.
way, Commander.
Gonna keep firing
little
on
banged
that
up,
sprinter. There we go, great shot. I can feel the balance complete form already starting.
Oh yeah, no, mass
Okay.
drivers are definitely getting complained about like immediately.
Oh
after
yeah,
this match.
100%. This is gonna be like mass drivers, grape shot, shuttle spam, etc. Bulk freighters just living through everything.
Negative. Can't do that.
Got a housemate that has a serious love for hybrids and tosses them all in all of his fleets. Oh, yuck. Imagine
Yep.
using missiles instead of guns.
Ready.
This-
Yeah, he's gonna contest A, but I might be able to get Sonderhausen out of the fight.
Alright,
Copy.
go for it.
Engaging the
Ready.
Because I literally...
Okay. I'm
I
not
have a
gonna be able to
mass driver
cap
and a
D point. I'm
tree.
just telling you that right now because there's just too much stuff.
Commander,
So
we've lost not possible.
Okay, in that case, you're gonna have to go for E point. It's only Hessen over there.
don't worry, I've got E points
I-
already.
Okay, sounds good.
Shuttle spam is fun to fight into an AI ran
There we
fight.
go.
Yeah, it can be. Shuttle spam, we have a funny strategy we call 2+8, where you run 2 bulk freighters of actual combat like capable stuff, and then the rest of it is just like 8 naked shuttles that you have to play guessing games with because you have a 5th guy on your team running a decoy container liner. Uh-oh, I'm losing power.
Sonderhausen's down. Oh, he said it's about to be. It's getting hit. It's getting cooked like a fish by the MD.
Nice.
Let them have it. Let them have
Owie.
it.
We just gotta make sure we get this fast enough because I need Sonder. Oh, he's gonna try and bow tank me.
Yeah, I think we're good.
Okay, his
Should
tower
be
just went out.
anyways.
Took out his reactor. Come on, A, please just take A. I'm so close.
Open
Get 'em.
fire.
I just need to take out those guns.
We're ready when you are, Commander.
Oh, Printhausen. Oh,
Should've
do
said-
not withdraw. Oh my god. Do not withdraw, please.
We're ready when you are,
Be a bit of an L moment.
Reactor online.
Oh, I've seen that happen to people before, which is crazy that happens to someone considering like there's 90 seconds.
Oh yeah, it's like Neb, for all like how fast we can end up sometimes playing it, is a pretty slow
Get the
game.
hell out of here.
Yeah.
Open fire. Repair to module.
Copy.
Shoot that one.
Engaging the
Nice, okay, we're getting Atlas
Well done,
back.
Commander.
Sonderhausen is down.
Yeah, like I said, we're gonna go for this big cap in the end and win it. Are you dead yet? Yes, you are. Alright, cool.
Commander.
Nice, Atlas is okay. I'm just gonna keep my monitor parked on it.
Excellent.
Standing by.
Oh god, I did not know if I was gonna get that fast
Yeah, I
enough.
told you we had this in the bag. No sweat.
Look, I have never gone against Meanie and Spidicy together. Because I keep saying you and I are like the Meanie and Spidicy, but of like
Yeah, we're the Canadian
YouTubemen.
combo. They can't handle us.
We're the Canadian Meanie and Spidicy, and honestly, I did not expect that to be true tonight. I was prepared for a loss, but
You
my
had
92
doubts, you fool.
my 92% stays winning.
Yippee! Yeah, that power. Love me, bass drivers. Some good battlefield support. Yep. Fuck them. Balance complete form, chat. Mark it off. Check your bingo cards. Yippee!
Standing by.
I'm shooting this thing with AP and I don't care.
We'll
Great.
handle it.
Actually, can I can.
Ready
Hello,
for
you.
orders.
You are about to get
Outgoing.
hit by some serious
Commander,
fire
taking
powers.
Fire. Movement vector plotted.
Hello, sir. I'd like to talk to you about our Lord Savior plasma bulkers.
Moving.
Gonna dive onto the point.
Vector plotted.
OSP's
Order
best
received.
anti-scout cool is also their
Engaging now.
longest range weapon.
Aye, aye,
Yeah.
Commander.
Okay,
It's a
Sonderhausen.
really good anti, like, pretty much everything tool.
Commander, we're taking damage.
And you're
Schwar-
good to fire.
Oh my god, Schwarzberg is
Send it.
cooked like a fish.
We're losing modules.
We're ready whenever
Not the
you
only
are.
one.
Sonderhausen.
Just repair some of the stuff. Yeah, like, I look at a bulk freighter like this, chat, and I think, yeah, this is fine. We didn't need all this stuff. This is perfectly serviceable. Like, half the bulk freighter is dead, but that's okay.
Order received.
Yeah.
Engaging now.
Yeah, the important thing is I managed to dunk on Spidicy in the cap game.
On the enemy has
That's what I
locked
care
onto
about.
us.
For chat, just Spidicy and Meanie literally taught me everything I know in this
Yeah.
game, and well, they taught me most of the basics, and then I learned some stuff that they don't approve of. This is one of them. Using mass drivers is one of the things they do not approve
Yep.
of.
Can't do that.
Basically, whenever we play, we come up with new scuffed builds. It's really funny.
Neko and I are like little lab rats going, ooh, I wonder if this works, and then we put 4
It's
blankets.
fun because
for-
you know the rules of the game, and then you know how to break them.
Yeah.
Killer in my chat saying, like, wish ANS had one more option for the C3 mount other than the 250. Yeah, it'd be nice if there's something besides, like, the like 250 gun and, like, the VLS there.
Yeah, under
I
command.
feel like that would be kind of an interesting niche to fill. Because, like, for the C4 mount, you've got the, like, triple barrel 250, and that's kind of cool, but...
Also, he Meanie, what's it called? He evacuated his Ewins.
Ooh, did he?
Out with it.
Yeah.
Keep firing.
Hussar is okay. Hussar is viewable.
Keep firing. We'll get
Why
the
are you not
bastard.
turning? There we go.
Restore
Now
the
you're turning.
module.
This has been a real
Out
gun
with it.
slog, like absolutely.
Get us out of here.
Yeah, oh wait, Yavara's still up.
Is it? Is it shooting though?
Oh no, it's 1%. It's not under command. Never mind.
Quickly,
Yeah,
Commander.
it's like they're on a
that's harmless.
technicality, like the CIC exists in a reactor.
Yeah. All right,
Yeah, this
firing
is
on
just showing like some of the gunfighting that we can do, like on stream. Like, we didn't get to see the whole cap gaming thing going off, but
Yeah, Hussar is going for E, by the way.
uh,
Also, I'm not gonna lie. Yeah.
Commander, they've opened fire. We're ready when you are, Commander. Moving out. Commander.
I can't believe I flubbed my entire cap fleet and still we somehow won.
see, I told you, just gotta believe in it.
Open fire.
I held the line at E long enough to not die like a fish.
Ready.
A great
And
shot
the,
to make sure that thing's
the
dead.
A cap was insane.
Yeah.
Ready.
Like, chat, you have to understand, there's no way I should have won in a direct 1v1 with Meanie. Like, that does not happen.
OSP's silliest little clowns putting on their shoes for good games.
Truly.
Alright,
You have your
Edge's
fired on
ship
his
is
tower.
dead. I can tell by the smoke coming out of it, and we'll get D point in a second here, I think. What is still
Sounds good.
alive over here, actually? What is still alive? It's not that thing.
Ready.
No, that
Star is alive along with Edge on E. They're making it for E.
thing is not dead.
Do we have anyone on D yet or no? Oh no, they're
Um,
fighting Sprinter. Oh, that Sprinter's still alive. God damn.
We're on our way. Module
Heck, why is there
lost.
Voxel here?
Target
Where did you come
acquired.
from? Go away.
Component
No,
lost.
Edge, you are not getting this point. This is mine. I licked it. It's mine. Lay off.
Component lost,
Ah!
Commander.
I'm losing my reactors.
Alright. Fired on Hussar. If you can take out Pain and Pleasure, I can take out Hussar.
We will find out. The answer is probably not, but I don't think they'll win the soft 2 caps anyways, so.
Power restored.
No.
Ready for orders.
Commander, we lost
Oop,
a
I'm out of
module.
AP rounds.
I wa-
Whoops.
I want to see how much damage Printon got this game, because this is insane.
This thing is still
how much
alive,
we
I
can use
swear.
it.
Power's running low.
I've almost run out of fracturing blocks.
Standing by,
It has just been
Commander.
a gun slog like the entire game.
Dark horse
Oops, there goes my radar. Jeez. Turn off the flank speed so you don't cook yourself.
Awaiting orders.
Great.
Copy that.
Need
We're
some
en route.
power. Hang on. Okay, so the radar's turned off.
We lost a module.
Fix the reactor if you can.
Commander, we lost a module. Yes, Commander.
So they might actually get E point here, but that'll be alright.
We'll get it done.
I swear it's this.
Thank you for my gun, so.
There's something capping the D point, and I can't tell what it is. I think it's
Standing by,
just
Commander.
one of theirs.
It's that dead Vox, I'm pretty sure. Or it's the live
I
Sprinter,
think it's
but
the Sprinter. Because, like, the Voxel is definitely dead. Like, I saw it pop
Okay.
life pods, and it's
Standing by,
evacuated and
Oh,
everything.
okay. In
Yeah.
that case, yeah, it's the Knifehausen.
Module is back online.
That is a very
Commander,
annoying
power
Sprinter. Why is that
restored.
still alive? Like, actually, though, how is this thing still alive? I'm hitting it with
What if
grape
he-
shot and everything.
I wonder if he might have.
He's got a gun
Citadel.
active! He's armed! Kill him!
Can't do that.
Oh my god, he has a. That Sprinter's got a gun, bang bang.
Like, legitimately,
backed
we're
up.
hitting this with every shot we can, and it's not dead.
Time to mag dump the Sprinter. Alright, so does he surrendered? Did he
Okay, we
oh,
finally
he
got it.
disconnected.
Yeah.
Oh, he does that every time he loses against me.
Standing by.
He Alt F4 so it doesn't count as a loss, that bastard.
Commander, we found
He's
two
trolling you.
modules.
He knows.
I know, because I
Very
want to have one loss where it's like considered good.
I think this is a neat map, yeah. Like, this is the first
like
time
this
I
map.
played it, and I think it's kind of cool. I mean, I think that they could have positioned things a little better, but,
Ready for
yeah.
orders.
Commander, we lost a module.
Alright. Yeah, that'll be battle over. Let's go. Killer in my chat saying,
There we go.
had fun last night during a modded match. Ship got absolutely hammered and had everything but an engine, 2 light reactors, and aux steering. Plus, most of my DC team's been restored. Ended up during my ship into the world's biggest target drone by flying it right into the view of the other team and taking shots with the empty hull. Yep, empty volume taking until you get structure broke. That works really well.
I did 25k, oh my god.
Mass driver moment.
That's insane.
Our guy,
Greg did
Boom Lover
5K.
with the... Ooh, he got like almost 25k with the Acello pair. That's nice. You should not see those
hell
pull
yeah.
that much.
Also, also
Okay, well, one
Epic
of my
Greg
ships
win.
pulled 22,000. The
Yeah,
Violent
Epic Greg
Violence
win against
actually
the-
got as much damage as one of my 250 Bulkers almost.
Oh my god, yeah, it did. Jesus, dude.
That was a fun match.
Nice. I was like, oof, dude, we did good.
Right. That's 7:19. So I think that you said you had to go around nowish, right?
I got another hour, but if you have, I
Okay.
have to go in at the turn of the hour, and you have to go at the turn of the hour, so that works well for us.
Tell you what, I think that I might actually end a little bit early today. After all, normally I go until like 8ish my time, but that'd be in 40 minutes. So I think that we'll just call it there because that was a really great match to end off on, and I want to do a little bit of some editing stuff before I have to go for my thing at 8 o'clock. But
I don't want to rematch. I don't want to rematch. We won.
Yeah, 100% we won that.
Yeah, that's 100% win rate against Spicy and Mimi. All right, chat. It was a great time being here. I thank you so much for having me on your stream, Neko.
Yeah,
I'll
we'll do
be
this
back
some more
next week
sometime
to
when I drag
terrorize
him
you.
on for like other adventures.
Yeah, next week I'll be on the opposing team from him. Don't worry, guys. I will see you then. Bye.
As for my viewers and stuff, I'm gonna shout out Rorston VT is how you spell it. So yeah. Shout out to him. He's a cool dude. Does a bunch of From the Depths things and other funness like that. So yeah, go check out his channel if that's the things you're kind of interested in. And yeah, I'm gonna pass y'all off to. Let's see, who can we raid today? Let's see. Vivi is who we usually pass off to on stuff, and she's playing Homeworld Deserts of Karak, so let's go check her out. She does Neb things on Fridays, so we will probably be yelling at each other then, and you can get some more funny Catboy commentary and whatnot in those matches. Yeah, I've been NekoboyBlue. Thanks for coming out to stream and stuff. We had a great time. I'm gonna send you to Vivi now, and y'all have a good rest of your Wednesday and whatnot. We'll be back on Friday, like we said, for more Neb, and then Saturday, I've not decided what I want to play yet. Will be whatever, whenever. So I will see you all then. Have a good night. Bye.